welcome to the show from Common Room Radio. I'm Sarah Kate Bazant.
I'm Alistair Stevens.
And I'm really tempted to do this whole commentary as the Hulk.
This week on our Road to Infinity War, we're doing The Incredible Hulk. The movie is called The Incredible Hulk,
The
right?
Incredible Hulk
Okay.
from 2008, distinct from Hulk
Wow.
by Ang Lee in 2003, which is the movie which shall not be named, except I just named it.
You just named it. We
I just
talked
literally
about it.
just named it.
So
yes.
I've never seen The Incredible Hulk. I did see Hulk once, and I think it was a German class I took in high school. I just remember playing cards and watching this movie. Must have had an off day. I don't really know.
It was unrelated to the German class. I
Yes,
was wondering where the connection there was.
We watched it in
No,
German.
you know what? It wasn't even a German class. The teacher was the German teacher, but it was actually a mythology class. I don't know what was going on.
yeah.
Like, we must have been coming up on spring break or something. I have no idea.
The mythological creature, the Hulk.
The Hulk. Yeah, just Hulk. So is this movie like a Marvel movie in the same way that like Spider-Man Homecoming is a Marvel movie, but it's technically Sony? Like, what is the situation here?
Kind of, yeah. It was.
Okay.
It came off the heels of Iron Man, obviously, as is the second movie in our commentary that we're doing here. But it is actually put out by Universal. Marvel didn't have the rights necessarily to the Hulk completely. I think it's distributed by Universal.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be part of the MCU, but it's the part of the MCU that we kind of just brush past and say, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, while this movie was in pre-production and even going through the editing process, this came out just a few months after Iron Man, and we didn't
wild.
yet know that the MCU was going to be a thing.
A thing, yeah.
By the time this movie was released, Iron Man had been a big hit, and we knew that the MCU was going to be at least around for a little while, so there was more MCU-ness added into this movie, particularly with the post-credit sequence that we'll get to right at the end.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. So should we go
I'm
ahead
so
and get
thrilled
started?
that you haven't seen this. This is so good.
I know,
I'm
it's
so,
gonna be great.
so excited for this. Okay, let's get into it. I will count down from 3 and say play. And when I say play, you all hit play. We're currently right now looking at the Universal logo, which is weird for a Marvel movie, but hey, this is the world in which we live. 3, 2, 1, play.
Universal.
And here we go. So yeah, Edward Norton, Liv Tyler, General Thunderbolt Ross is introduced in this movie. He's going to be
Is it the
significant
same
later.
General Thunderbolt
yes,
Ross
it
who
is.
shows up
Same
later?
actor, same character.
Almost
Wow.
a decade later in
Yes.
Civil War.
Oh my gosh.
Though his career must have been bananas to go from his job in this movie, not the characterization so much, but to go from his job in this movie to his job in Age of Ultron. Yeah, guys had some adventures.
Huh.
This movie
So-
kicks off showing us the
Yes.
right way to do an origin. Just show it real quick in the intro and move on.
We don't need to do another Hulk origin story, you guys. Here it is.
They learned in 2 movies. How many Batman movies have we had?
Oh my gosh. How many did we do for Bat Month?
It's every single one of those
All
had
of
some
them.
kind of
All of
origin
them.
story version. Right? Yeah. His parent, I don't recall. It's
I
just,
forget what exactly Batman
it's
is.
so obscure.
This
Yeah.
intro showing the origin is based really heavily off the TV show to the point where a lot of the actual things that they're doing in that face scan they just showed is taken
Yeah.
almost directly from the 70s TV show.
Were you a fan of the 70s TV show,
There
Vinton?
was a 70s show.
I mean, I
of
liked
the
it when I
Hulk,
was a
wasn't there?
little kid. I actually haven't watched it since I was like 6, so
Oh, okay, sure.
I can't
sure.
say for sure. I liked it then, though.
I love these opening POV shots. This is very strong. This is classic like 70s horror storytelling.
The
I
Hulk
am
does not
become
look
a
green in
monster.
these shots.
The colorization on the Hulk is not terribly consistent, though that's going to
Yes.
stick around for the rest of the MCU
That's
too. He kind
also-
of changes shade as we move forward.
Supposed to be somewhat of an Easter egg. They keep almost making him gray to reference that he was gray. Like there's like 40 Easter eggs to him being gray at some point in the comics.
What do you guys make of Liv Tyler? Do you like Liv Tyler in general?
Yeah, I think the only other thing that I've seen her in, let's see, there's some sort of movie about music. Is it Tower Records? Or
Empire
something?
Records.
Empire Records.
Empire Records.
I saw that movie.
You should do a podcast about Empire Records at some
well,
point.
I
That's
don't
one
know
of
if
my
that's necessary.
favorites. I love it.
And then, of course, she was in Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
a
yes.
small little film that's, about
Just that low budget sleeper hit, The Lord of the Rings.
Low budget sleeper hit, Lord of the Rings. I quite like Liv Tyler. Yeah, I mean, I guess she does it for me. I don't know. Like she's not terribly dynamic in the Lord of the Rings. I feel like she's very much
Fair,
doing that.
fair.
Like hey, that's at Stark Industries. Guys, I really should have watched this movie before we sat down to do this. I'm really concerned.
You know what? We're being unfair now, making you talk all over this movie
I
that you
know
haven't
because
seen.
I just want to watch it. It
I
just
think-
said Nick Fury on it.
Yep.
God, I just
That's the only Nick Fury cameo we're going to get in this film.
Oh,
you
really?
can emote. I think that'll be fine. That's all we
Okay.
really need of you over the course of the
but
next
anyway,
hour.
like
here.
I don't think that she was particularly dynamic in Lord of the Rings. She's very much doing that, like I am an elf and so must be very Shakespearean,
Yes,
and like
yes.
really just low key and even keeled and that sort of thing. But I mean, I don't know. I'm really excited to see her in this movie. Is she good in this movie? Spoil it for me.
I like her. I like her very much in this movie, actually. I like her in general. I think she works for me. You're right that oftentimes she doesn't have the world's greatest range. I think that's
Sure.
fair. She's oftentimes very low key, but when that works, when she's well cast, I think she works really
Oh yeah,
quite
I mean,
well.
like I remember really, really enjoying her in the first Lord of the Rings films,
Yeah.
but then later when it's like, here's a bunch of like stuff about like how you're in love with Aragorn,
Yeah.
and there's
Here are
like
19
a
other
child
characters. We're
or
gonna spend 5
whatever,
minutes on
like
it.
blah
Yeah.
blah blah,
Yeah.
and then like
This
Eowyn showed up, and I didn't
opening
like
shot
Eowyn
here
initially.
is
I don't know.
incredible.
I like Eowyn now. This
is
looks really cool. So is this Calcutta?
This is Rio.
Rio,
Yeah.
where the blue parrot is from.
Sure.
So we
That's
saw
a dumb joke.
Bruce Banner in a meditative state, watching a metronome go back and forth, and for the 158 days without incident after
What a
showing all the
scrawny
destruction.
man.
So apparently he has overcome some of his Hulk tendencies and is in hiding, trying to learn to deal with the monster.
Yes. Which is a really great place to start with a Hulk story, I think.
Yeah, I like it. Here we're about to get a Bill Bixby in his comedy show.
Is that Bones from Star Trek?
No.
No, that is
That is.
David-
No, that's Grover. Silly.
so this film is directed by Louis Leterrier. I'm not sure.
Leterrier, yes.
Yeah, I knew it was
with
gonna
the
be like French.
French. Yes.
Who is known for directing Unleashed, which is one of the coolest movies. I really love that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
Unleashed.
With Jet Li and yeah. Well,
He's in it.
yeah.
Jet Li,
is it
confirmed,
Morgan
yes.
Freeman? Is that? Oh man, it's been a really long time since I've watched it. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie. He also directed The Transporter 1 and 2, and he's
What?
currently
Really?
working as the director on the Dark Crystal TV series, which I did not know was a thing that is happening.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited
Yes.
about
I haven't
that.
seen any. I'm so disturbed by this. This breathing sequence, this is real. This isn't like, this is not a commentary on the movie. This is just a commentary on some of the things that people can do. Oh, that's so weird.
Why are they doing their bodies like this?
Bruce is at this point learning to breathe, learning to control his responses so that he can control the emergence of the Hulk again. Or not control, but avoid the emergence of the Hulk again.
Yeah. This
But his secret cap is that he's always angry.
Not yet, it isn't. We might get there in the course of this film, it turns out.
this guy here that's supposed to be instructing him is actually the guy who invented Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, really?
Really?
Wow.
It's actually
cool.
in Brazil, named after him, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, because his last name is JC Rix, or Gracie. It's Rickson Gracie.
Wow.
But he's actually credited in the film as a Aikido instructor.
Okay,
I guess he
okay.
is teaching him some Aikido, I guess, instead.
Martial arts is so cool. Like, I wish that, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not too late, but like, I would love to like just get into martial arts in like a real extreme way. I think it would be
Real
super
extreme.
cool. Yeah. I mean, I plan on
Just like
you
full red room training. Just
well,
like,
like, okay, yeah. No, I plan on like if I ever have a daughter, like she absolutely is going to like take dance classes, but also I'm putting her in karate as soon as
yeah,
humanly
sure,
possible.
sure.
And Nathan, my husband, doesn't love this part, but I am going to teach her how to like dismantle and put together a gun again, like in under 2 minutes. He says I cannot actually turn our child into a Black Widow, but I say he's going to be at work all day.
You're just
I'm gonna
equipping
be
her
at
for
home
show
with
and
the
tell.
baby.
That's all you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we also got introduced to the little heart monitor device that he wears on his wrist, which
Yes.
is like a narrative conceit that I actually really like. It allows us to
I think it's a really
externalize
good
the
idea.
stakes here for his
Oh, his
transformation.
little glasses.
His little glasses. Edward Norton was actually signed for the MCU as a result of this, but obviously they decided ultimately not to go with him, which...
Yeah.
I mean, it's really tough. I like him very much in general. I like him very much in this movie, but Mark Ruffalo is,
Yes.
yeah, hashtag my Bruce Banner.
Funny enough, the director wanted Mark Ruffalo for this role in this film, but Marvel insisted on Edward Norton after Lou Ferrigno had said
Yeah.
that Edward Norton should play Bruce Banner because he reminded them of Bill Bixby.
Yeah, perfect.
Now, who is Bill Bixby?
Bill Bixby played David Banner
Yes.
in the TV
Oh,
show.
that's right. I forgot.
This scene of the blood falling apparently took a year to make.
Wow,
I read that
really?
online and I was like, what about that scene took that long?
Just the
I don't know
fluid
if it's maybe
CGI in
it's like-
2008. It
I
could
don't
be.
know. Yeah,
I don't know.
Wait, why
I
is
don't
he
know.
freaking out about?
He cut his hand and his blood fell into the soda that they are bottling in this slightly shady plant. He has to now go and find the blood so that he can prevent cross-contamination because his blood now communicates the Hulk condition to other people
Oh.
because of his gamma-irradiated blood.
So if he and Liv Tyler were to have a baby, would the baby be a Hulk baby?
Possibly.
I don't know if all of his bodily fluids communicate the Hulk condition, but
okay.
certainly his blood does.
Yeah. Well, and then we don't know for a fact that it will always like make someone the Hulk, but it will probably hurt and kill someone if not make them the
Yeah,
Hulk.
it'll be real bad. It'll
Okay,
be real
all
bad.
right. So I've never seen. How did you
No,
miss
it's
that?
on
It's
the
right
bottom.
there. It's so bright. Like the human eye is like literally conditioned to find the color red
Also,
first.
there would have had to have been 2 drops because it hit like the middle part of that bottle and would have
Yeah.
just run down the bottle, but it also hit the tread
Oh,
at
and
some
it's
point.
not.
in some
Oh
other
man,
place.
that's gross. God, slurm and the secret ingredient is slurm.
But it's getting shipped to the USA. We're going to get a really good cameo out of this at
We
least
are.
later in the movie.
Yes.
So this movie was written by Zach Penn, developed from a story by Zach Penn, who had already kind of made his bones making superhero movies, I guess. He originally came up with the story for The Last Action Hero in 1993.
which I love.
But it's a great movie, yes. Wrote the Inspector Gadget movie in 1999. Wrote X-Men 2, or came up with the story credit, I guess, for X-Men 2 in 2003.
He wrote X3, so I'm not as excited
He
about that
sure
one.
did. He also wrote the Electra movie, which we don't talk about. It's just
What, the
fine.
one movie? I just heard static when you said that.
Oh, it's
We
a
should do
zero
an
balance. Don't worry
X-Month.
about it.
We should.
Yeah, we could pick. There are enough X-Men movies that we could pick 4 good ones. That's true. Like half of them are good. I think
Well, we
that's
could
fair.
do X-Men comic, X-Men movie, X-Men comic, X-Men movie.
That's true. Oh, I could happily talk about X-Men comics all day. Yes.
You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry.
I mean, that's fair. People don't like me when I'm hungry.
He's still learning the language.
We should also say, of course, that Zach Penn has the screenplay credit on the forthcoming Ready Player One.
Yeah, he also did the story for Avengers. Did you mention
He did,
that?
yes. He's
Yeah.
got a story credit on the Avengers, and he wrote the treatment for Suicide Squad 2 coming
Yeah.
in 2019.
Oh, it's gonna
They're
be
doing
so
And
it.
good,
to
right?
Didn't
Excelsior-
they listen to
well,
our commentary on
look.
that movie?
Suicide Squad 2 is one of the 19 movies that DC currently has in development, which we are never going to see. These
Of
movies are
course
just never
not.
going to make
No,
it.
there's no way.
Did you know that David Duchovny was considered for the role of Bruce Banner in this film?
I did
What do you think
not.
about that? I think that
I'd
would
be
be
okay with
interesting.
that.
I'd be super
That'd be a
into
good
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Hey, what happens to his dog?
His dog just takes over the apartment, takes over the job at the bottling plant.
Okay.
It's all fine.
No
Everything
one
looks
kills
good.
the dog, though, right?
No,
The dog does not die in this movie?
No, the dog does not die in this movie. We go full on Independence Day, Tunnel of Fire. The dog
Encrypted-
survives in this
encrypted.
movie.
Look, there are a
Enhance.
lot of movies where the dog does die, okay?
Well, yeah,
That's
Marley
why
and
they
Me.
made the
Old
website
Yeller.
doesthedogdie.com.
Look,
Minor
Mr.
spoilers
Blue
for Marley and Me and Old
Mr.
Yeller there, I suppose.
Okay, you can't spoil Old Yeller. Everybody knows that Old Yeller is just a story about a dog on borrowed time.
So here we're seeing Bruce Banner in contact with someone in the US trying to find a solution, trying to find a permanent solution to the Hulk condition.
Yeah, he's real worried about his blood getting out there, but he's going to send it to this encrypted person he's never met.
Where did he find this flower? Like, what was the situation? Like, was somebody just like, nah, it's super cool. Like, it's the chillest, dankest herb, and for sure, it will make sure you never get angry again.
I mean, yeah.
Is that, like, literally?
Yeah. Here,
super
Bruce,
smart
have some of this
scientist.
kind herb.
knows-
It's
he
going
knows
to
about
chill
the
you
herb.
right out. Yeah. I do love, though,
God.
scientist Bruce Banner again, right?
Yep.
He's pre-science bro here, but still sciencing.
I do appreciate the sciencing.
And this new formula seems to defeat the Hulk influence in the red blood
The
cells.
weird little green Cheerios
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
the Hulk disease.
Except-
Oh, nope, there they go. Oh, they're madder than ever. He ends up with Klingon blood. No, Klingon blood is pink, isn't it? It was Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does not look good
Who's
in
got
Star
green
Trek
blood?
6.
Vulcans
have green blood,
green
yes.
blood.
So,
How much did you
Slightly
use, frowny
sarcastic
face?
colon open paren frowny face there. It's like, come on, Mr. Blue, you can do better than that.
so Edward Norton actually did a lot of the writing on this film. And
Really?
apparently He
Really?
rewrote shots like every day he was on
Wow.
it. And he did a treatment for the script to begin with, even. Even though he rewrote the script substantially, he was denied a writing credit by the WGA. So Zach Penn is the only credited writer.
WGA is very strict about such things.
Yeah. He also directed himself in some scenes because they were trying to get filming done. And so he was just like, don't worry, I'll direct myself.
Yeah, this I think is why Louis Leterrier was handed this project, earned this project, is because he already had a reputation for dealing with kinetic action. He hadn't dealt so much with what we'll get in the third act of this movie, heavily CGI action, but we're about to get a physical action sequence, which is one of the most thrilling things that I've seen in the MCU. It's so
Oh, I'm so
good.
excited.
It is good.
But first,
did you guys see that
Arlington,
we
Virginia.
did get an email from a listener who remember last week how we were talking about, oh, hey, Stan Lee, how
look, there he is.
apropos that I should bring
Here's
this
our
up.
cameo.
Stan
Yes.
Lee.
So remember how last week we were talking about how there were some allegations against Stan Lee and we weren't sure like whether
Yes.
they were,
Those
founded
allegations
or
which
not.
broke in the morning that we were recording
Yes.
last week's podcast episode. Yes.
Yeah, so we got an email from a listener whose name I don't remember right now. I'm sorry about that, but apparently the listener's mother actually worked like on a contract like with the Daily Mail. Apparently the Daily Mail is a complete
The Daily Mail's a rag. Yeah, no, it's
like
an
total
awful,
trash.
awful supermarket tabloid
So,
newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thought I would bring that up.
Yeah,
real quick.
there's been some interesting things said about that. I still don't know. I never want to say it's not possible. He's an old
Right.
man, and he probably is somewhat of a pervert.
Right, but in the
We at
absence
least
of
know that
specific allegations,
we
and
can,
given the preponderance of
The Daily Mail as being garbage,
yes, and
yeah.
accounts apparently of Stanley's decency and civility to some of his nursing
Yeah.
staff. I'm inclined at least to not condemn the man
Suddenly
yet.
this movie
I
became
suppose, but
Top
yes.
Gun. What the hell just
it sure did.
happened?
Top Gun.
I'm
It is.
into
We
that.
actually just switched movies. We got bored with the Hulk. We're now watching
Yes.
Top Gun.
Yeah. Hey, it's Tim Roth.
It is Tim Roth. This is our introduction to Emil Blonsky.
Emil Blonsky.
Emil Blonsky, a Russian-born officer in the Royal Marine Commandos from Great Britain, which is why, though he is Russian-born, he has that classic English accent.
Of
because,
course, naturally.
Antagonists need that, I suppose.
Well, yeah, you can't have a good bad guy unless he's British.
Yeah.
Us Americans, we're still bitter about the tea thing. I guess. I don't know.
So this whole movie was originally supposed to start with a scene with Bruce Banner heading to the Arctic to commit suicide, and they deemed it
Hulk
too
won't
dark.
let him.
They deemed it too dark to even introduce. But that scene was going to show Cap frozen in the ice
Yeah.
in the Arctic.
Yeah, I remember reading about that. Yes.
But they
yes.
actually filmed the scene. I think you can get it on the DVD. I haven't watched
That's
it before. But.
Which at that
preposterous.
point, of course, would just have been, that was just
Just
an Easter
an
egg.
Easter
That
egg.
is
It
not
doesn't mean anything, yeah.
foreshadowing for a
there's
future movie.
Apparently,
but-
We're
10
still,
different Cap references throughout this film
No way, really?
because they're trying to foreshadow that that's the next film coming out.
Wow.
Wait, isn't the next one Iron Man 2?
Is
Yeah,
Iron
we
Man
got
2 first?
Iron Man
Okay.
2, Thor, and then
then Cap.
Cap,
and then
Cap was
yeah.
coming up, but apparently they were wanted referencing that a lot because they were wanting to talk about how even the serum that made him the Hulk was a test from the super soldier serum from Cap,
Yes.
which is taken from the Ultimate Comics.
Which
Oh.
is
Origin.
taken from the Ultimate and was kind of quasi-canonical through this period of the MCU and even into the beginning of Shield. But I think we've since differentiated the kind of the Hulk experiment, the gamma radiation poisoning from. That's one of the ways that you can get superpowers in particularly Agents of Shield. Versus, super soldier serum tech and Stark
Right.
tech and
Right.
alien tech and Asgardian tech and Asgardian magic, I suppose.
It's tech,
Arthur C. Clarke, sufficiently advanced magic, et cetera, et cetera.
et cetera, et cetera. Do androids dream of electric whatevers?
Boogaloos.
Boogaloos.
Yes, androids can confirm. Androids dream of electric boogaloo.
All their dreams are sequels. What is a boogaloo? Is that some sort of dance? Like a hootenanny?
It's very much
So
like
you're
the
thinking it's a
Hootenanny.
dance as in like a shindig, not a
Yes.
dance as in like the twist.
Right. Yes.
A strong example
Yeah,
of a
I'm sorry.
dance
I
that I
meant
could
like
go
a place
to.
where you go and dance, not a specific dance. Like the.
It could be both. It could be both. You
be
could
both.
boogaloo
What
at
are
a boogaloo.
specific dances?
Yes.
Waltz, polka,
Twerking.
twerking is
That
not
is
a
specific
specific
dan-
dance.
not specific,
That's
you're
a
right,
specific
you're right.
dance move.
There you
think,
go.
maybe.
Yes.
Look, that dog is dead.
Tranquilized.
Tranquilized.
Okay.
Yes. They are armed
Sleeping.
with
Just
tranks right now.
sleeping.
Yes.
He's just a sleepy boy.
Okay, I feel as though we're just not going to talk for the next 5 minutes because the sequence is, I think, extraordinary.
Yeah,
Sarah,
it
I'm
is-
fascinated
it
to
is
see what you
cool.
make of this.
What
but, yeah.
the devil? Oh, it's a little camera.
Right.
Takes me back to my days playing Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
They made a game out of that?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
did pick
yeah,
one
get
of
it,
those in
boy.
Splinter Cell.
Hey, what's that dog's name?
Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy.
That's fair.
His first name good, last name good boy.
What is the? I haven't read this comic, but I've heard people talk about it. It's an Astro City comic where a guy fuses with his dog to become a superhero called G-Boy. Short for good boy. It sounds pretty amazing.
They just tranked the hell out of that pillow.
Yeah, that pillow's not getting up. Sorry, pillow. Again, trank. Again. But that's how you know Emil Blonsky's a bad guy. Also, he's played by Tim Roth. Hey, look, you were living upstairs from that hot girl.
Works
He's
next
like
to you in the
really
factory.
She's
all
a
up
friend
her
from
face.
work.
We know each other. The first time I ever saw
She
Tim,
is distractingly hot, by the way.
Yeah,
just
no.
to let you know.
Oh, Oh, he kissed her cheek. That's probably
Yes.
okay. I mean, should have asked permission. Consent is sexy. The first movie I ever saw Tim Roth in was Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a great movie, by the way. Hey.
You didn't see me.
It's all probably okay, right?
Look.
I'm a
all probably
little
okay.
mad that his hoodie isn't green.
Well, we can't be too obvious. I mean, there are purple pants bought for him later, so.
Yeah, the purple pants joke is very good. I'm a big fan of that joke when we get to it.
The music in this film, the man who was hired to do the music for this film was hired based off of him arranging music for Massive Attack, the band. Which the director was a big fan of. So he
I
hired
haven't
him
thought
just
about
based off of
Massive
that.
Attack in 10 years. Wow. I used to listen to Massive Attack all the
You
time
can't
when I was
just shoot a
writing.
gun in
Yeah.
a crowded alley, you idiot. I mean, he didn't, but he wanted to real
He
bad.
wanted to. He wanted to real bad.
My hat.
My hat. Oh, he
But
stepped
he
on my
stepped
hat.
on my hat.
I
He
was
also
gonna go back
shot
to
my
that.
toe. Oh, Jesus.
That's not what you want. That's not what you want. That's why you don't go running through these streets like that. This place is not a level playing field, if you will.
So this is 2008. I guess the first Assassin's Creed video game was 2009, 2010. We hadn't quite got there, but we were already in 2008 at peak parkour.
Yes.
We were just watching, my husband and I rewatched The Kingsman Secret Service the other day.
Oh, yeah. How
and
is
there's
that?
like just a random 30 minutes of like parkour in that movie. It's probably not 30 minutes, but I was just like, oh yeah, okay, this has dated this film for me almost instantaneously. Like parkour.
Oh, yeah,
Very into
yeah.
that.
So what you're
That's-
telling me is the people who made Assassin's Creed watched this film and went, but what if Assassins though?
But Assassins?
Assassins, maybe?
Maybe?
But also sci-fi
Also a
future
Creed?
Animus?
Possibly
yes?
a Creed.
Man, they made an Assassin's Creed movie, didn't they?
Yes, they sure did. I haven't seen
I
it.
sure don't think that exists in my head, in my
Michael
reality.
Fassbender.
It can't be. Here I am saying bold things on the podcast. It can't be that bad, right? I mean, it's still Michael Fassbender.
I
Like,
just realized something really funny about this film. They keep showing empty Coca-Cola bottles everywhere, and yet when he's bottling soda, it's not Coca-Cola.
He's bottling Slurm.
there is no movie studio in the world that could imply that drinking Coke will give you Hulk disease.
That's true.
They
That's
would
true.
never be able to clear that.
Well, can't they just spin it? Drinking Coke gives you superpowers.
Is this the superpower you want?
Yes.
I mean,
Hulk smash.
Impulse control issues?
Vinton smash.
oh geez. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
guy.
and of all the
things you could
oh,
do.
no,
Oh.
it's the
Look
guy
at that.
of all the gin joints in all the world.
You ran into the cute girl from work, and now you ran into the mean guys from work.
And now he runs into work.
Now you run into work.
That's it. I'm going to the office. Screw this.
If I'm going to see all of you out here anyways, I might as well go to work.
I love the way that whole sequence is shot. The whole parkour sequence.
It was very good.
So
like, I was,
good, so kinetic, and so physical. I don't think there's a single CGI shot in that entire sequence, which was very fashionable at this point because we hadn't yet hit the kind of.
These guys are dicks to animals.
That's how you know they're bad.
Yeah, that's how they have to set it up. Oh,
That
no.
constant beeping in the soundtrack too makes me so tense.
Yeah.
It's so good.
187 murder right there. That's it. I'm sure that
Breathe,
was a
Bruce.
reference.
Breathe. Bring it back.
Yeah, what is the murder number?
The murder number is 187.
But he's not murdering anybody. And
Well,
it's just at
it's
187.
the police code for murder.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's what you hear in rap songs quite often.
Wait, legitimately?
Yeah.
Like the code for murder is 187?
Yeah, we got a 187.
Huh.
Sarah, I think there's probably one police code that you know, thanks to the influence of the McElroys. I think you know about 420 Blaze It.
Hey!
There you
420
go.
Blaze it! Wait, 420 isn't the marijuana code, is it?
It is, yeah.
But I thought that. Wait.
That's why the whole thing. Yes.
Wait.
Oh, but they got on
So
the,
that's
all the
why
bad
Okay,
guys.
you know that
Time
that
and
meme
date?
of the illuminated brain? You are
Yes.
now in like third stage illuminated brain right now.
So the reason why they all decided
Fourth
to
stage
start
is just
smoking
time as a
weed
construct.
at 420 was because the
Yes.
code is 420?
Bruce Banner just said, me angry, very bad. Because he still really can't understand the language very well.
Oh.
Doesn't have a good grasp.
Still tranking these guys.
Poor
huh?
guy with a trank.
God,
Oh,
my
no.
mind is so blown right now. I had no idea.
You learned so much from the Excelsior podcast. And
200 is the murder number.
look
200
at that
is the murder number.
shot. That's
200
eyes
is
just
the
went
murder
green.
number?
shot.
I assumed that it was 200.
They showed the eyes go green.
What is 200 in police code? How do they decide these
Hulk.
codes?
Apparently, you should not kick the Hulk because you will break your foot.
He's impermeable. Oh,
That's-
jeez. Oh, that guy's dead.
Oh, yeah.
That is a dead
That
human.
guy's real dead.
That shot of Edward Norton
love
looking up with the green eyes and that
Yeah, the light
illuminated. Yeah,
strike
it's
across the
gorgeous.
face.
So gorgeous.
I love that the Hulk scream makes all the mics feedback, and just like everyone's like, ah. There's a shoe left of that person. We have a bogey of some kind. Were they not briefed properly on this mission?
Yeah, did they not know that he... Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Hulk impenetrable.
I think the CGI for the Hulk in this movie really holds up, considering that it was
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah, they didn't have all the best technology. It'll be a lot
Decade
better.
ago. Good Lord.
I do like considerably more the way the Hulk looks in this film as opposed to the previous film where he just seemed like he was just floating in the air. It was just bad CGI.
yeah.
And here they made him dark, gritty. He looks like he's really in the world.
That I think is the big. It's a conscious choice, so it's hard to decry it just as a mistake. But I think that's the big flaw in the Ang Lee movie is that they lean into that floaty CGI stuff by making it look and feel more like a comic book,
Yeah.
which just makes it feel less and less and less real. Whereas you're right, by grounding this, by giving us, shots of the Hulk in shadow, keeping him out of the center of the frame, we're really playing with our understanding of who this character is within this naturalistic world, which
We're
I
doing
just adore.
xenomorph rules with the Hulk right
Absolutely, yeah. Huh? Great shot of the Hulk being backlit in the smoke.
Yeah,
That's such
no,
a
that was
good
really
shot.
Do you think they hired Tim Allen to do that?
I believe actually that all of these sounds are Lou Ferrigno.
Are all the sounds? I
Yeah,
knew that
yeah.
Whenever he talks, he says like 3 words in this whole movie, or 3 phrases. I knew when he talked it was Lou Ferrigno. I didn't know about the sounds. That would be an interesting gig to have. Just make some grunts for an hour.
You need to do barks for video games. That's what you just want to grunt into a microphone for 4 hours. Okay, we need another 30
now.
of
Is that more
those. See what we
soda?
can-
Was that like canister
Yes.
just full of soda?
Yep. Here in the soda bottling plant. Yeah.
Here at the Slurm plant?
That's it. Emil Blonsky's sticky now for the rest of his life. Just think of that for the rest of the movie. Like he's always just slightly sticky.
Blonsky.
Permanently
Blonsky.
slurmed.
Slurm, so slurmed.
I feel like this Hulk is not as broad as later Hulk.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. I suppose because they were trying to make... Whoa. There he is. There's the guy. There's the man.
I like his
Good
little
shot.
stubble, Hulk stubble.
Yeah.
Have a forklift. Merry Christmas.
Here, I got this for you. I thought you would like it. What,
You don't like my present?
Don't you like it?
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense if they're trying to make this Hulk look like a hulked out version of Ed Norton, who is much skinnier than Mark Ruffalo, who is rather a broad chested man.
Yeah, one of the things that they do in this too,
Attractive,
I don't know if they
broad-chested
do this in
man.
Avengers or not, but they on purpose don't make the Hulk get bigger as he gets angrier like he does in the comics. They want to keep him
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
size, but I think maybe in the later movies with Ruffalo, they do actually make the Hulk get bigger as he gets angrier.
I feel like he was like really,
Yeah.
really big in Ragnarok.
Yeah,
I've
which
seen
I love.
some versions of that. The deeper into the Hulk state Banner gets, the more Hulk he is, the larger he is, the stronger he is, so
That's
on and so forth.
interesting.
But yeah. I'm sure there's a frame by frame comparison somewhere on the internet. I'm sure there's
that
a
there
movie
is,
sins
yeah.
video
I bet
somewhere.
it's
that could-
inconsistent.
I love William Hurt. He's so good.
William Hurt, very good. So Thunderbolt Ross in this movie, what's his dealio?
Thunderbolt Ross is the big Hulk antagonist. He is the guy from the military who was chasing the Hulk in the comic books.
Okay.
He's one of the most consistent elements of Hulk's extended story, not least of all because he is the father of Betty Ross, Elizabeth Betty Ross, who is the love interest. So,
Okay,
yeah.
excellent. A lot of Elizabeths running around Marvel Comics.
Yeah. Which I should have said when this happened earlier, but the Mr. Blue in the comics, Mr. Blue is a alias for Betty Ross when she's trying to help Banner, but that's not what it turns out to be in the movie. Spoilers.
May not be that many Elizabeths, actually. I just realized in my head, I thought that Peggy's name was Elizabeth, but it's actually Margaret. Her
Margaret,
middle name
yes.
is Elizabeth.
You know everything there is to know about Peggy Carter.
Well, I used to not know that, and then our dear real life friend Elizabeth teased me mercilessly when I forgot that Peggy's middle name was Elizabeth, and she said that Angie Martinelli would never forget a detail like that, and then my heart was broken. God, I love Angie so much. So what exactly happens to Ross to get him from doing this sort of thing to suddenly being in charge of the Sokovia Accords?
Well, presumably he moves into the United States diplomatic service. That seems to be the career trajectory for what is he, a 3-star general, I guess?
It appears so. He's got
Yes.
3 stars on his...
So let's say yes then.
Jacket there,
I
yeah.
don't know the American military. Okay, let's say that's
my dad was
that's
in the
a
Air
true
Force.
thing.
I know almost nothing about it either, so... I know that my dad retired Chief Master Sergeant?
Wow.
Maybe? That sounds impressive,
Sorry, I'm
right?
sorry. I just heard Master Chief. And
My
now I'm
dad
thinking about
retired
Halo.
as
I'm
Master
sorry. He
Chief.
retired as Master Chief, the last
Yep.
of the Spartans. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
good.
my dad is the Halo guy. My dad is the Halo man. Master Dad, I call him.
I love these little,
Days Without
the
Incident?
Days Without
One.
Incident caption resetting is very good.
No, I like that a lot.
You're right. Edward Norton is wiry in this.
He's very wiry,
Which I
like not a
kind of
guy you would
like.
want to get in a fight with. Like he would like absolutely own you, right? He looks real little, but like ropey.
I like that he
Yeah,
has to hold
yeah.
his pants on after the Hulk transformation. That's the way it should be.
You went a long way. You went a long way, Banner.
Good thing he knows all these languages.
Well, he is a super genius.
Fair,
has
but I
been
mean,
on the
like
run
he's more
throughout
of
the
like a
world.
sciencey super genius. I mean,
Well, he's got that Marvel level genius, which is that you are just good at everything.
oh, I see.
You are not even a polyglot, but an omniglot, I suppose. You're
Omniglot,
just
yeah.
extremely
Well, that's
good at all things.
Omniglot would
Tony
be
Stark,
like an
Reed Richards.
excellent- some sort of like screen name.
I'm really hoping that we get the Fantastic Four in the MCU, right? We've been talking a lot about the X-Men being connected to the MCU now, which would be great. I love the X-Men, obviously.
Sure, yeah. I
And
want them all
Spider-Man
to stay apart from
It's
each
all
other,
very good.
honestly.
But I think you could take the Fantastic Four and add them to the MCU without actually disturbing the MCU that much.
Yeah.
We could get a Fantastic Four origin story in the MCU now. We could just start that story now, and I think it could be really good. I also think that, Marcus and McFeely could write the hell out of a Fantastic Four story.
I think
could.
the best way to do it would be to go the Ant-Man route and say that they were around in the 60s and then they disappeared in space and have them show back up.
That's so good.
That's
Like,
really
they-
good
they
too.
hit a-
because
they hit a
again,
black hole or something.
With
Time
Fury
travel.
showing up at the end of Iron Man and being like, "You think you're the only superhero?" And it's like there have always been superheroes.
Sorry, Nick, you talking about Carol Danvers? You talking
talking
about
about Carol
Captain Marvel
Danvers?
there?
Captain Marvel.
That what you're
Oh,
talking about, Nick?
This music cue right here, I think this is the Lonely Man theme from the Incredible Hulk TV show.
The Lonely Man theme, also known as Sad Walking Away
Sad
music.
walking away hitchhiking music. Which I'm
I
really
think
glad they used.
one of the things that I like about this, and this is true too of Iron Man, this is why I think these two movies working together really kickstarted the whole MCU project, is that for most of this film's running time, it isn't shot like a superhero movie. It is shot like a psychological drama. It is shot like we are actually paying attention to this character and what he's moving through. Don't love that little beat of fat shaming there. Don't just love that.
He did
But,
a bad
hey.
movie.
Again, 2008. We'll play it as a
This
joke.
lady
but it's-
behind me is the size of the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's not really the most super genius, I guess.
A lot of helicopter shots in this too, which I like a lot.
Stay off the trail, Banner. You're going to get caught.
Maybe he just needs to find some kind of, cabin in British Columbia. Maybe that's where he needs to go and stay.
Yeah, maybe he needs to hang out there with Phil Coulson.
If I learned anything from Metal Gear Solid, it's that he just needs to hide under a cardboard box.
You need a big old box to hide the Hulk.
Emil Blonsky has an
refrigerator
exclamation
box.
point over his head. Huh? Speaking of recording barks for video games.
Did you watch Simone and Pat as Game Ogre play Metal
I
Gear
haven't
Solid
yet
5?
seen, no. I saw the first episode, I think. It's very
God,
good.
it's so good.
We are referring to the Game Ogre series over on the Polygon YouTube channel with Simone de Rochefort and Pat's last name.
Gill?
Pat Gill. Yes, you're right. Patrick Gill, possessor of Pat's arm, the Parm.
The Parm.
Yeah. Game Ogre
Anyway,
is
they
very
put
good.
on a big sweater, and the two of them play a video game where Pat is the right hand of the controller and Simone is the left hand of the controller, and they try to play a video game
Oh,
together.
no.
It's
Yes.
amazing. It's astonishing. Astonishing. Do recommend.
Thunderbolt Ross giving us the Hulk's backstory in case you haven't picked up on it yet, you guys.
Yeah, I forgot that this happened. This is a little unnecessary. Yeah, I think he mentions the super soldier serum here
Yeah.
at some point.
Oh, does he?
I think it's not the serum. It's not Dr. Erskine's serum that they're working with. Although maybe I forget now, but certainly it's parallel
I think
weapons development.
Somewhere there's a label, so maybe it's in the opening credits that says Dr. Erskine.
Okay, great. You just get two fantastic actors in a room and let them talk to each other. It's so good.
Very, very good. Yes. Blonsky. Wow, he's very decorated. He's got a lot of pins on his jacket.
Me too, but I'm not very decorated as a soldier.
This is all very bad. None of this is a good idea, you guys. I don't know if you caught the content of that, Sarah, because we're talking all over it. Basically, Emil Blonsky is saying that if he knew back in his youth what he knows now, he would be even more dangerous. Like, his experience is important, but his body is starting to wear out a little bit, starting to fail a little
17
bit.
days without insulin.
William Hurt can hook him up with that. He can probably help him out a little
Oh,
bit.
no. So he wants William Hurt to give him some sort of super serum.
Some kind of, yeah.
Security. I better look away and act like I was never here.
Yeah,
That
Bruce, I
doesn't
feel
seem
like
suspicious.
you could do this better.
Also, this is pretty extreme security for a university, I feel like. I've been at a number of universities in my life and no one gives a damn.
Like, I feel like you can just like walk into classes, right? Like, if you
Yeah.
don't need the degree, you can like learn whatever you need to learn.
I mean, you do probably need to dress more like a student and less like a,
Refugee?
yeah.
Not refugee. That's not what I meant.
There we go. Dr. Elizabeth Ross.
Dress like a refugee. Sorry.
I'm sure
what
all
just
of the names on that board, which I've never considered before, I'm sure all of the names on that board are Easter eggs one way or another, but...
Or just like folks who worked in the movie, right?
That could be.
Oh, there she is.
Miss America.
There's a lot of like extended moments in this film that are like just quiet. Like nobody's really
Yeah.
talking. It's just
Yeah.
like visual language, which I think is really neat.
Yeah, it's not frantic or frenetic the way that the Ang Lee Hulk was. It's not comic book in that sense. It's just... I like how anchored we are. And Edward Norton, of course, I think is great in this movie because he is capable of expressing that profound
She definitely just looked
interiority.
right at him. Nope. Didn't see him.
Oh no,
she
she's
saw
got another
something
boyfriend.
worse. Uh-oh. He's wearing a vest. Bruce,
Looks
you
like
can't
Daniel
compete with
Sousa.
that.
You can't compete with vests.
You don't even own a vest.
You don't even own a vest.
It's okay. Bruce is gonna meet a hot redhead and fall in love with her, I guess.
You could take your
She'll sing him
dirty
lullabies.
undershirt
Yeah.
off and put it on top of your button up, and then it would look kind of like a vest.
Y'all, I still cannot believe that we jokingly called that Thor was gonna try and use the lullaby on Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah, turns out we're very good at this.
I think it's this guy here did the voice for Bruce Banner in the 1960s cartoon animated TV show.
Really?
And he's named Stanley as after
Stan Lee. Excellent.
Is his name Stanley Yelnats?
No, I don't think so.
Just a nice little holes joke for folks out there.
All you Holes fans.
All you holes fans.
Holes heads.
Holes heads.
Weird name for a group.
Oh, poor Bruce.
How does this guy know Betty?
They're home now. He's back home. He's back where it all
okay.
started. This is the university where the Hulk experiment originally took place.
Okay, I see.
He is this is the guy who runs the local pizza place, I guess, where he used
And
to
he
date
just
Betty.
like keeps tabs
Yeah.
on
Well, as we'll see, he's
cellular
still
biology professors.
sure.
I wonder if Betty knows Bobby.
Interesting.
Hey, look, there's Lou Ferrigno.
Hey, it's
Yep,
Lou
there he
Ferrigno.
is.
The man who played the Hulk in the 70s TV show and who voices the Hulk here in our movie. Did he say I got? Oh, he said I got extra medium. I thought he said I got an extra medium.
I also.
I
heard-
think I think
he
it
did
is.
say
It is an
medium.
extra medium. I have an extra medium pizza
Oh,
over
an
and
extra medium.
You know how I just occasionally carry extra pizzas when I'm at delivery. It's just give me one of. Oh my God, Lou
That
Ferrigno, you are still a
man's
giant,
arms
giant
are
man.
like the size of my body.
Wow.
He just has a Sarah on each shoulder.
He really does. And here we have Ed Norton like walking weirdly menacingly down this hallway with the pizza.
He's ready to transition into flashback. So,
I see.
When you're
Like-
ready to transition into flashback, it's vital that you walk slowly so that the
guess
visual
so.
effect can be overlaid on you. Yes. Oh,
Was Liv Tyler in the Ang Lee movie?
no.
Who was that? It was Eric Bana and
Wow.
somebody.
Let me look it up. I don't even remember.
Please do.
That's how much I remember the Ang Lee movie.
Dell.
There's Martin Starr, who
Yay!
is in this film because Edward Norton's wife, Shauna Robertson, is produced Knocked Up, and Edward Norton wanted somebody from Knocked Up to be in this film, and they couldn't get Seth Rogen, Jason Segel, or Jonah Hill, so they got Martin Starr, who is credited in the novelization, unfortunately whitewashed as Amadeus Cho.
Yes, yes.
But I'm going to go ahead and believe that's not true because I choose to believe that Martin Starr's character here is the same as his character in Spider-Man
Oh,
Homecoming.
completely, 100%. Yeah, no, he also had a really weird career trajectory following the
Where he
events of this
became a
movie.
teacher
Yes.
later. Oh my gosh.
Also, I saw an error in this film when I was looking up online. When he searches here, he searches B star for banner, but he doesn't click the wildcard button, which means it's literally only looking for anything that says B star, not actually B something else.
Oh, you didn't compute.
So that's
you
why he
didn't
couldn't
compute
find it.
good, Banner. What are
He
you doing?
computed that.
Jennifer Connelly
Jennifer
is
Connelly!
the
Paul
love
Bettany's
interest.
wife.
Yes, yes.
And also the voice of
Interesting.
Karen.
Yeah, I think I knew that. I completely forgot about
Best
it. though.
known to me for appearing in The Rocketeer, which is a movie
wait,
that I
how
really
is-
like.
I mean, I guess, but like, obviously, I know Jennifer Connelly from The Labyrinth, not
Sure,
The Labyrinth,
sure.
just Labyrinth.
Oh yeah, don't want to get that one wrong. You'll get emails.
Well, maybe I don't know. It happens on every podcast we've done. I've done.
You're right, Sarah. There is something really charming about the slow pace of this movie.
Hey, it's that
Oh,
guy.
I forgot that he was in this film. The guy from Modern Family, whose name I
Yes.
don't know, and I don't know him from anything else really.
I know this guy's name. This is one of these guys that I always look up, and I never remember his name until I look at it, and then I go, "Of course, that's his name."
Guys, this is
Ty
really
Burrell.
making me want.
That's Ty Burrell.
Oh,
That's who he is. Playing Leonard
Pizza.
Sampson.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some pizza.
yeah, we need pizza.
Yeah, we may need 11 a.m. pizza when we're done recording this
Yes.
podcast.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Pizza Dice.
Trouble in Pizza Dice.
I got 2 tickets to Pizza Dice.
2 tickets to Pizza
Oh, but there's 3
Dice.
of us.
There are 3 of us. How do we get-
Interesting.
Do you have 2 extra?
Yeah, I have
Is
2.
that what
Sorry,
you
I meant I've got
okay.
2 extras. Team friendship outing. Let's go to Pizza Dice.
I got 2 extra mediums.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. I don't think I liked that.
It wasn't an ideal
It's-
line delivery.
Also, not the most flattering outfit that I've ever seen.
The outfit looks fine.
It feels.
Poor little dumpster Bruce.
Oh,
How's your heart monitor now, buddy?
It's kind of a
Is
dumpster
it
fire.
broken? Like your heart?
I love that she's smart. I love that she doesn't, my poor broken heart.
I love
Just
that
assume
Stanley's
that I
just
saw-
like, dude, I'm just a pizza guy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't want to get in the middle of this.
I'm just to make up the pizza.
Come on.
No, I'm saying, no, he retreats into that. He retreats into that as a defense. That's what he does every time there's an uncomfortable conversation. No, I just to make it a pizza.
No, this is not okay.
Stanley, we know that you can speak English. Knock it off.
This is not okay.
It's me, your pizza
Scusi,
man.
this is Stanley.
I was just doing a Mario. It's a me, a Mario. It's a me, a Hulk.
No. I'm very ashamed.
Now I
want to
see a giant green Mario.
Hey, you should be ashamed of Stanley. This is what he does.
This is Stanley. This is not
Have you not
us.
read the novelization of this movie, Sarah? That's absolutely canonical.
Oh,
We're just reading from the book here.
Ah. Kissing
I'm
in
not
the
sure
rain,
what-
100% more romantic in movies than it is in real life.
In real life, it tends to be cold and wet.
Yes.
I don't know what Bruce thought was gonna happen working for like the pizza guy who like has tabs on Betty and
Yep.
like knows Betty's like life story. How did you not anticipate? Unless he did, this is all part of his plan.
Ooh. Well, he is a super genius, so, you know. So he's intermittently a super genius.
Those are cute glasses.
Good glasses, Liv
Those are
Tyler.
nice
Into
little
it.
glasses. I've never understood just standing in the rain. It happens all the time in movies. I can't do that.
Why
People do
was
that?
he sneaking in her car? That's weird. That's a weird choice. Are they gonna
Well,
do it?
her dad is running a international military operation to recover him, so.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Did
a copy
her
of the
date
original
drive
research.
his own car to the pizza place?
He Ubered. He
Okay.
invented Uber in 2008.
I was just gonna say, did they have Uber in 2008?
He was,
Stanley
he was
drove him
actually in the car when they were kissing on the bridge, and they were like, and he was like, "Can you guys take me home? This is real uncomfortable."
No, I get it. He's Edward Norton. It's fine, but you know,
It's
Like the
still
antithesis of that
uncomfortable.
scene in Civil War when Sharon and Cap kiss and Sam and Bucky are just like, yeah.
yeah.
That's how her date is in the back of the car. Yeah, this is weird.
I really hope we continue that weird kind of tension between Sam and Bucky into Infinity War.
I hope so too. I mean, it's a shame that we won't have Emily Van Camp, who I like quite a lot.
We should know better than this. These are bad choices. You're making bad choices.
Cryo sync.
Also, I like that the first scene we get here without him with a cigar, he has a flashlight in his mouth instead.
He's just got that oral fixation. Yeah.
I mean, I
gotta have
understand
something
that. What?
Nothing.
That's why I bit my nails so much when I was younger.
Sure.
I don't anymore now, though. I take care of them.
Now you
care of
just
my
vape
nails.
with that sweet cloud.
I do vape with that sweet cloud. I mean, occasionally. I do prefer smoking to vaping.
I thought you might want to shave because this whole thing that you've got going on.
You look quite
Okay, it's
disheveled.
not that bad. The shaving is
isn't.
not that bad. I mean, his beard is not that bad. Oh, I have to get more water.
No, that is also like 3 days worth of beard growth. That's for
it
most.
really?
I would assume so, right? That doesn't look. Maybe a little more, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the standard for that. I got too much Native American blood to grow much.
Yeah, that's
facial
me
hair.
at 4:00 in the afternoon, right there. That's,
That's like 3 weeks for me. My poor Native American blood that does not know body hair.
I love this. Neither of these people, I think, is that classic Marvel casting that we were discussing last week with Robert Downey
Yeah,
Jr. And
yeah.
neither of them quite nails it,
No.
but they do have a certain amount of chemistry, which I like.
Yeah, they work well together. Just for me, I just don't. I don't know. I can't. For some reason, I can never buy Edward Norton as Bruce Banner.
Interesting.
It's just
yeah.
something inside me that's just like, this isn't right. This isn't Bruce Banner. Am I watching American History
back.
X? What's happening? Is this Fight Club?
Aw.
Why is she so sad?
Well, because he's back and he's just in the next room on her elaborate couch.
Is that a couch? It looked like he was in a
No,
guest bed.
I think from the original shot, it looks like it's
No,
a
that's
very
definitely
fancy
a
couch.
bed.
Yeah, no, maybe some kind of. Damn, Tim Roth.
Yeah, dang, Tim Roth, what up?
Okay. Just piece of life advice for anyone listening at home. Anything that happens in a room that is lit like that is not going to be good.
No.
No good surgical procedures, no good superhuman, super soldier tech has ever taken place in a room that is lit like that.
I want
You
to
need
see.
bright lights.
Demand
Switch
more
cities.
lighting.
Yes, I want to
and
see
Tony
where
Stark.
somebody walks into a scene like this. The guy have some kind of procedure done and goes, "You guys about to do surgery on me? Can you turn the lights on? What the hell's wrong with you?"
Wait. Are we evil? This is going to go bad, isn't it?
Have you ever thought that maybe we're the bad guys? Okay, I don't like that he has to be jammed in both sides of his throat.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
Oh, no.
Spinal tap.
Oh.
You know, Cap just got to go in a little pod, like just a little Vita
I
chamber.
prefer the little pod, even though he was screaming. You know,
Ah! Can't feel my spine.
And that, I guess, is pretty much the midpoint of the structure of this film. The problem with this movie is that we're already into extended Marvel third acts, so the story's going to stop a long time before the movie stops, effectively.
Heavy on the back end.
God, could they be any more conspicuous?
Super covert. I'm glad we took that spy training.
Wait, did Bruce, is he the one who started the I'm undercover, let me wear a baseball cap trend?
I
Yes.
guess so.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
canonically, there it is.
When you said that
damn, Betty, what the hell?
third arc of the story is a little bit heavy, like most Marvel movies, it really made me want to ask, Marvel, what are you going to do with all that junk in your trunk?
Are you proud of that joke?
Yeah, I am, a little bit.
I'm happy you're happy.
Oh no, I see a military man and another military man doing parkour. Just go.
Why can't he just tell her
Just
what's up?
go.
It's because he's under
Jeez,
attack. Yeah,
wow.
this is it. It's coming.
Unnecessary.
It's about to slow
I
down.
choose to believe there was a perfect path to drive just to the side of those vehicles, and they're like, nope, just hit them. Just take them out. I do like this scene, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen this movie in quite a while, but I remember enjoying this scene.
Yeah, the CGI breaks down a little bit because it's bright daylight,
Right.
but it's still pretty solid for 2008. This is one of the definitive these little beats here. Of,
I like
yeah.
That was some weird
As he
whip,
runs.
whip. Yeah.
Some of that is a practical effect where he's actually rigged up with a harness, and he's
Oh,
just
to, like,
windmilling,
catch the
windmilling his
sound?
legs as he's running.
That's
So they're
cool.
just dragging Tim Roth across the field faster than these soldiers are running, which
Wow.
feels like that would be terrifying. I don't know.
Yeah. They did
this
that
is,
in I mean, gosh, I guess any movie where somebody suddenly starts running faster than everybody else, but they did that in Underworld when
Oh, sure.
Michael Sheen is having to chase behind the car and then leaps up on top of the car. They had like a long stretch of rug being dragged behind the car that he was running across that and then leapt up onto the car.
Again, feels like that would be really dangerous.
Oh, yeah, and horrifying.
Oh boy.
What?
That is a gift that I need. I need the gift of Edward Norton holding the USB flash drive, just looking at it. I'm going to eat you.
Did he for real just eat that flash drive?
Yup.
He had to protect it. How did she know which
I know
one?
you're in
Yeah,
this.
I know
this
you're
one
here.
says dad's on the side.
This is your favorite one. This is your lucky vehicle.
There's the
I know
bumper
you're always
sticker on the
this
back
one.
that says, "My daughter is a cellular biologist."
Oh wait, I don't know if it's the way that was filmed. It looked like he got out of the one from behind it almost. It's like,
You know, it was kinda weird.
Oh, actually, that wasn't the one I was in.
So like I wonder like what is Betty's situation post this film? Because like
Yeah.
it's weird that we
Written
get
out.
it's weird that we get Thunderbolt Ross back, but like not his daughter.
Yeah. Well, she and Ty Burrell just sorted out their problems and lived
And
in
it
a
was fine, and she
quiet
was just
little
like, you know
suburban
what, I'm
house.
done with all
Yeah,
the superhero
yeah, yeah.
bullshit. Don't call me.
So this battle that's about to kick off here, the Battle of Culver University, is one of those things that gets very quietly referenced through the MCU. It's referenced in, I think, Iron Man 2. It's certainly referenced in
Really?
the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is one of the things that like acts as a fulcrum for the
Get her
changing
back here.
shape
Dad,
of...
stop being lazy. Like, get your kid.
Just took out one of those soldiers. pretty
Seriously,
easily.
she just elbowed like
she's
a
legit.
military officer. Up there he goes.
The eyes. I do like
The
the
anger
eyes.
gas.
The eyes are very good.
Tim Roth looking weirdly
I
aroused.
want a lot of Tim Roth just giving that like half smile,
Yeah.
aw snap look. It's just very good.
You know, I'm glad that like we all like understand that the conceit that Hulk's
That guy's
pants always never get destroyed. I mean, like it is silly.
He gets stretchy pants. He
He's
just needs
got stretchy pants. Man, he's
stretchy
like
purple
weird
pants.
and veiny and like pockmarked oddly.
Well, maybe he's shrugging off the effect of the gas. I don't know. It's a lot of muscles. Hulk actually just has a lot more muscles than a human body has.
Was this like incredible in 2008? Like you get to see the Hulk like this, and was everybody just like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, I mean, I think the CG holds up, actually. I think most of it is pretty good. There are a couple of shots where it looks, weird and floaty and disconnected, particularly here in daylight.
Yeah.
But I think it was pretty well regarded at the time, and
Didn't
certainly
that Hummer just jump off of?
Yeah.
It was built like a wooden
is actually
ramp
really
next to
neat.
the other vehicle.
Like seeing this and like we just saw Thor Ragnarok a couple months ago, and just how far we have come with our CGI, where Hulk looks like really good throughout that whole
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
here
do
you can
like-
see
sorry.
they have to blur the Hulk often just to like make him not stick out too much
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
he's moving.
And I do like the combination of digital and practical effects. I think hiring Lou Leterrier for this and having him bring that practical expertise to this movie really works. See, there are a few shots that just don't look great, but 2008, 10 years ago, we were doing this. And for not much money either.
Here come a bunch of idiots with cell phones. The guy that Betty elbowed is like hanging around very close to her, and I love that every time we get a shot back to like Betty's like reaction shot, you see like bloody nose
Just
dude.
bloody nose guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did that, Betty. Yeah, I don't think that Betty's, incredibly developed as a character, but
No, like I
Incredibly.
wish that we got more of her. Like I don't know what her situation is.
I mean, she's no Jane Foster.
You do have to have
Jane
like
Foster's no Jane Foster.
a lot of guts just to come walking up to the Hulk, shooting him in the face, just casually like that.
Yeah. Damn.
Whoa. What? This feels very Michael Bay suddenly.
Yeah, I don't really think I like the idea of Hulk using weapons like that just because it's unnecessary.
No, it feels a little World War Hulk, feels a little Ragnarok,
Yeah,
honestly.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I don't like Hulk's floppy hair. Where the fuck were these Humvees?
Also, I like that apparently like bushes and things are things that Humvees can just jump. They don't just plow through. They just jump them.
Deploy the small ramps so that we can leap over this
Right?
bush.
Right?
Okay, now what is this mess?
Well, this is how you get rid of the symbiote from Spider-Man.
Wait,
Sonic weapons.
does sound work like that?
Can
sound be a
in
physical
comic
force?
books? Yes. Well, I mean, sound is the compression of the atmosphere, right? That's the transit medium for sound. So presumably, if the sound is loud enough, then it has a concussive force, and you
I mean,
can
I guess
get
that's
this.
what a sonic boom is.
Exactly
huh?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
They
So,
do use sound to disperse crowds at riots,
Yeah.
but not quite.
not
exactly
like this. Yeah. But
Like I
this
knew
is-
that sound could cause pain because there's actually a really great episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they
yes.
like everybody needs to be watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. First of all, it's an amazing show, ostensibly about
I'm
cops.
caught up on it and
really
very
about
sad
friends.
about that.
I know. But Rosa takes. They've got like this little. It's like a miniature satellite that you hold in your hands, and like it shoots like frequency waves
Oh, right,
in a
this is
very
why he needed the
specific area.
weapons.
And it's just like basically destroying Boyle from like 2 levels up, and Boyle's just rolling around like, why is this happening?
One down.
Oh, Hulk
Where's
smash!
the gun ship? Oh, okay. So
Where's
Hulk
the gunship?
smash, you say? I see now. That
It is
Where
very
are they
sporting.
exactly?
Culver a fictional Culver University.
Yeah,
Where's
which
Culver
is
University
apparently,
supposed to be?
in the Amazon for just
Yeah,
that one
it's
shot.
like a
Adjacent.
weird
Is it supposed to be
geography
in
here.
Michigan? Is this supposed to be like Ann Arbor? I feel like.
Wait, now they're just having a conversation. This is odd.
Yeah, no, it's very decent of
yeah.
of Thunderbolt Ross to send his forces against the Hulk one at a time. Like it's a
That's a dead man.
Yeah, he just kicked him in the chest.
yeah.
He crushed every bone in his body. Betty, your boyfriend sucks. Well, oh, and then her actual boyfriend shows up. What the hell? This movie got weird.
Yeah, I don't really like when that man becomes spaghetti after being kicked in the chest.
That was Blonsky, though, right? He just kicked Blonsky to
Yep.
pieces.
Yep.
Oh, here's a not excellent.
That's
CGI
all right. We can rebuild him.
is
We can make
better.
him stronger.
We can rebuild. Yeah, that's not good CGI. That looked like it was straight out of a video game.
Yeah.
You can't
Now?
just yell to the
Now?
helicopter.
Now
Thunderbolt
you
Ross,
care?
I
now
really
is
hope
the
this
time.
helicopter can hear me saying "Stop firing."
You want to know what it would have been a lot easier if Hulk had just picked up Betty and leapt away.
Also that, yes. Culver University in Virginia, technically,
Oh,
which I suppose makes sense.
does
Given
it?
that we were at Arlington at the beginning of the movie and Thunderbolt Ross kind of lives in this area.
What is all this water? It's raining now? What's happening?
Explosions cause rain. Don't you know physics?
No, my husband
Also,
is a fizzard.
it's nighttime now, pretty much. Like, there's no way that's just like overcast rain. And
I hate the Hulk's floppy hair. Did I say that already? Like, I definitely was thinking it earlier. I don't remember if I said it out
it
loud.
does look a little Spider-Man 3.
It is a little Spider-Man 3. It is a little late 90s, like Buffy love interest of the week, floppy
my
haired douchebag.
God,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
See,
yeah.
this is what rain looks like during the day, not what
No,
they just
it
showed.
doesn't.
What
Rain
the-
has never looked like this.
But
Again,
no, I'm saying
in
it's
the
like-
Amazon, it
in that
looks like
last
this. This is
scene-
not Virginia.
It became night all of a sudden when it started raining. It was like, that is not what daytime rain looks like.
So it was really supposed to be raining? Like the rain, like, okay, well, I mean, I guess we saw like some thunderheads over the university.
Have we established that the pathetic fallacy isn't actually real in the MCU? This idea that the emotional state of your characters is reflected in their natural surroundings? Is it possible that that's just true in the MCU, that when someone's just so sad, it does actually start to rain?
Wasn't that like a major plot point in Men in Black 2?
I have no recollection of
Was
Men in
it?
Black
I
2.
don't
Yeah,
know.
wasn't it that
Wow.
Rosario Dawson was like an alien princess and like she says a line where, no, like for real.
These
where
words
she-
you're saying, I think I've seen
Yeah,
Men in
I
Black
need to
2,
rewatch
but I
Men in
don't know
Black
any
2. I
of
don't
these.
remember
No,
any
no,
of
no. And
this.
she's like, I get sad whenever it rains. And then Tommy Lee Jones is like, it rains because you're sad. That was my Tommy
Oh,
Lee Jones.
yeah,
Wow.
I
thing,
remember
yes.
that line.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Have I not seen Men in Black 2?
Have you not seen Men in Black 2? It's implied that Rosario Dawson is his daughter with the alien queen.
What?
Maybe. I might be misremembering that implication, but I feel like that's accurate.
Okay, wait. The rest of this commentary track for The Incredible Hulk is going to be half commentary track for the first half of Men in Black 2, which I'm just going to watch on my phone, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Hulk.
He went and found her in
fucking
cave.
Cave.
I don't
Everything
think that the
fine.
movie meant to do this, but this is super cribbing from the midpoint of Hayao Miyazaki's Princess Mononoke.
It absolutely is. I'm not sure that the movie didn't mean to do that. I think it's referencing, right? This is also Tarzan and like any number of
Sure.
savage beast, beautiful
Well, I mean,
woman
but very
kind of.
specifically in Princess Mononoke, the protagonist ended up in
You're saying that was like, oh, Hulk upset.
Oh, jeez.
Hulk having a lot of trouble discussing feelings with Betty.
Hulk like clumsy husband off infomercial commercial.
Hulk get trapped in window blinds.
Hulk throw rocket lightning. Hulk hate lightning.
Hulk hate lightning and thunder.
Hulk says Thor come at me.
Establishing a rivalry that would endure for 10 years. Yes.
Thunder's stupid.
Hulk arms way bigger than Hulk head on Hulk body.
We joked about doing this exact thing at the beginning of the commentary track. This can't be the next 45 minutes of our lives as much as I want it to be.
Hulk, sorry, that movie kind of go off rails this far in.
Hulk tried to convince him to do different with movie. Hulk says more smash, less feel.
Feelings are boring, smashing is awesome.
Hulk say
Credit to Ryan North.
don't
Yeah.
feel, conceal.
Aw.
Hulk say let it go.
Hulk say let it go.
I
Calm little boy
He
Hulk.
just confirmed our
Hulk, can
thing.
you hear us?
Oh God.
Oh, the world's first interactive commentary track.
His foot is the size of her torso.
Yeah.
His foot is the size of like half of her body.
He definitely changes
Her
size in
torso
that
is
scene.
the
though.
size of half of her body as well, I think.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
You're not wrong.
you want to know what happens when you get kicked in the chest by the Hulk into a tree? 'Cause this is
All your
it.
fingers break, apparently.
Everything is bad.
Everything.
Emil
breaks.
Blonsky
All
is
of your
now
everything.
a mostly
man.
Spaghetti
permeable sack of skin just containing
He's
a
a bad
gelatinous
meat
substance.
sack.
He's a bad meat sack.
Oh, jeez.
It's not what you want.
Oh, he's so red. Clean him up.
That's the bruising.
Thunderbolt Ross just like, yeah, all right.
Well,
yeah,
it's like a
I just-
75% chance
he
this
just
was going to
opened
happen.
up the bag that said "Dead
Oh,
dog
you
do
don't-
not
you
eat,"
don't
and is
wanna
now
do that.
like, I don't know what I expected.
If you're all broken, you don't want to be moving your hand around like that.
Did she fall asleep next to the Hulk?
Absolutely did.
Huh.
He's very cuddly.
False.
He's very veiny.
Yes, true. Sinewy.
Yes, particularly in the rain, he does kind of look like a latex glove full of snakes. Like it's not
Ew!
Look at him, poor little banner.
What the hell is going on? I mean, I guess he's tired.
Well, yeah, occasionally we get this idea that there's like a come down. There's a Hulk hangover that you get after you've been the Hulk for a
God,
while.
that is the worst hangover ever.
It's kind of like when Molly has to take a nap after she gets super strict.
Yes.
Yes.
What the?
I guess I forgot this happened. I guess there's some like PTSD going on.
Yeah.
What a scrawny man you are.
Well, and it's
Norton.
implied,
and
too,
you're very
it's-
naked and vulnerable in this scene, and
Because
I feel
he has these
uncomfortable.
imperfect recollections of what happened when he was the Hulk. So he
Right.
gets these vivid flashes that are decontextualized. So he doesn't know what happened. He just knows that there was violence and
God,
fury.
jeez.
It's, yeah.
I'm glad he grows out of all this.
Well, you know, gets a good job, meets a nice girl, goes into space.
Meets another nice girl.
The nicest girl.
The nicest girl.
Oh, come on, man.
No, bullshit. No. Like, the Hulk's, like, hydrochloric acid tummy, like, instantaneously destroyed that
Look,
USB
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He's got some purple pants, just like from the comics.
We got you a Fitbit. Merry Christmas.
Gross. Nobody would buy those pants. Nobody.
These are the jokes.
Stretchiest pair they had.
Rumors continue
Rumors.
to swirl, says WHIH, here at the site of what has obviously been some titanic battle.
Well, and also, like, people have
There are
footage.
destroyed
there were, like,
Humvees
three
left and
students
right. Yeah,
who ran
yeah.
up, like, with video.
Yeah, here we have Jack McGee and Jim Wilson. Jack McGee, a tabloid reporter who attempted to track down the Hulk in the TV show. And Jim Wilson, an orphan who befriended the Hulk in the comics.
Always befriending orphans. That's the
Yeah.
thing about the Hulk.
The Hulk's always befriending.
Is it?
It can be in versions of the Hulk where he is the 1960s lonely man walking away, you know, traveling from town to town. Like there was a whole movement in pop culture storytelling and TV storytelling at the time in the 60s and the 70s of versions of this story from like.
I'm sorry. I got really distracted by Liv Tyler, like, running her fingers through Ed Norton's
this a new
hair.
thing
And I
for
just
you?
thought about, like, how pleasant that
First
would be.
a haircut, and then she just kind of massages your head gently.
Yes.
And tells you it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Tells you that you're not going to be the Hulk anymore.
Yeah, I want Liv Tyler to cut my hair and sue
And
me.
then pulls on your ear lovingly. That's a weird.
No,
loving
I'm
thing,
into
like
it.
Just pulling on the ear.
I'm sorry. Please continue with your thing about orphans.
No, I was just talking about this narrative tradition.
Guys,
this,
I'm sorry that all of my fetishes keep showing up on this show.
not all of them, just a lot of them, just many. You're replete with fetishes, and we learn new ones every time we sit down and watch a movie. It's pretty great. This narrative tradition in Western pop culture, in American pop culture specifically, of the Ronin, I suppose, of the lone gunman going from town to town helping people, whether that's Lassie or the Fall Guy or the $6 Million Man or the Hulk. All of these shows kind of fall into that same.
Lassie?
Yeah, Lassie falls into that same
dog show?
narrative structure. Yeah,
This is
Lassie
the
goes from
awkward
town to
scene
town and
where
helps
we
people.
realize that Bruce Banner can't have
Not
sex.
Lassie. I'm thinking of The Littlest Hobo. Not Lassie.
What the
Dog
hell
show.
are you
I never
talking
watched dog
about?
shows. I never liked dog shows. Do you not know The Littlest Hobo?
No.
The Littlest Hobo is the Hulk if the Hulk was a dog.
You're
Wait.
you're missing the most awkward sex scene. He can't because his heart rate.
So even if he gets too excited, he becomes the Hulk?
Yeah, it's the heart rate.
That's lame.
Not even a little excited, she says.
I mean, fair.
So I just need you to dress up like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And
No,
if you
stop,
could just talk
stop,
about
stop.
baseball to me while we're
so
doing
it's
this.
not. It actually has nothing to do with like anger or emotional state or like mental state. It's literally just heart rate.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
this film.
emotional intensity and trauma. I mean, it's fear through most
Look,
of the film. It's
he's
fear that
fine.
forces him to transform.
He's no longer all red. I mean, I feel like I don't know. Like you could probably do like some tantric sex, right? Like that's like, and then your heart rate maybe
Sure.
wouldn't like reach the 200 kill mark or whatever.
Sure.
That super soldier serum that you gave him seems to have worked some wonders.
Vinton said,
It's turned
quickly
him
dodging
into
the
some kind of
conversation away from
some
tantric
kind of
sex.
superb soldier, some kind of extra soldier.
I'm sorry. I want Bruce and Betty to be able to like have
No
a nice
kiss.
time together. Wait, what was round 1 and 2?
1 was in Rio. 2 was at Culver University.
Oh, okay, got it.
Now we're
I
ready for
forgot
round 3.
about Rio.
Emil Blonsky
Is that
just
a
super
big nasty
into
fish hanging on the wall above the bed?
Yep.
Do you see that?
It's a weird cheap hotel fish.
Gross. I hate it.
That's not a good haircut, Ed.
It's not an ideal
It's not-
haircut.
yeah.
Not even that cut, really. I mean,
Also,
what,
I
shouldn't
always
cut very much
forget
of the
that
hair
that's
off.
what Edward Norton's voice sounds like.
That's why they keep him silent through most of the movie.
Ed, stop talking.
This is a completely unnecessary beat where in order to raise money, she's going to pawn the one thing she has left from her mother. Like,
You don't need to do that.
feels like a relic of an older version of this story where like
yeah,
her mother was a
you
present
had a phone.
in any
you
way.
can't use your
in the-
phone, right? Just go pawn your phone. That'll get you
There
like
you go.
50 bucks.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, Banner, who's been living on the run for so long, has no idea how to get some money. All of a
That's
sudden.
ridiculous.
Ooh. That's a
Oh yeah, wasn't
that's
there?
a good old school computer right there.
Isn't there a
Have we
blue
tried
guy
emailing that?
someplace? Yeah, Mr.
Yep.
Blue.
Yep.
Yeah, that came up earlier, remember?
Oh God, this OS. Can that computer even like read a USB?
Yeah, it's in the keyboard, apparently.
Oh, this is how
I've
the
had
internet
that, yeah.
works.
Shield. Did you see that?
There's
That was
Wait,
Shield.
Shield.
That was Shield.
This is what the internet looks like. God, I wish that we had time to pause this and read all of these things.
Well, it's a lot of numbers. Search for gibberish, basically, is what it says over and over again in different places.
Well, I'm sure, but I mean, like, I just bet, like, as we were zooming in, I bet that there was stuff about. So wait, these guys are Shield?
No, they're just working with Shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's our guy, Dr. Samuel Stearns.
Who is that actor?
It's a good question. I recognize him from a lot of things. I don't know his name, though. But I think Alistair's on it.
I'm looking it up, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have...
That's a bad truck.
It's not a good one. I mean, she apparently sold her locket to buy it, so it's...
Was that locket made out of vibranium? Jeez.
Well, it's not a great truck.
Still, though, I mean, you'd probably have to pay like $500 for that. Occasionally, this
Leader
movie
of acid.
seems to take just a little too long.
Dr. Samuel Stearns,
Doing
who we
something.
know from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, who we
Oh,
know
yeah.
from Fantastic Four, who we know from Minority Report, who we know from a number of things, who was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Nice.
Tim Blake Nelson is the
Tim
actor's
Blake
name.
Nelson.
Yes.
In the cave, I felt like the Hulk was totally cool with me being the big spoon.
Hulk like little spoon. Hulk like
Hulk
being
always
little
big
spoon.
spoon. Hulk wants to be little spoon.
Hulk wants switch it up a little. Hulk
Betty never
carry
take
lot of
Hulk out
burdens.
anymore.
Hulk hate gender norms.
Good Lord.
I'm sorry, what are you good
That's some
lording?
wicked contouring there on Tim Roth. That makeup job on his torso there is
Oh,
yeesh.
yeah.
Something's going on.
You know, I think I take back what I said earlier. I don't think I like Liv Tyler very much.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I just
She's not working
she's
for
got
you in
this.
this?
No, she's like I don't know. She has this breathiness to
She's
all
very
of her
breathy in this
lines,
movie,
and
yeah.
it's sort of murdering me softly.
That's how it would do it.
I
That's
know.
how she would
And
get
I
you.
feel bad because I was just talking about how I want her to cut my hair.
But you could want her to cut your hair and appreciate her as a hairstylist, and not necessarily
Well, and I just
appreciate
like,
her
I'm
as an
certain,
actress.
I'm like certain that that's not how Liv Tyler talks. Like I'm certain that she could be doing better. I think that I don't know. Is it just like a direction thing where it's like why are we making Betty be like this? I feel like Betty is better than this.
I would like to believe that's true.
It has to be
Yeah,
true, right?
Let's get a cab.
Oh boy. I mean, okay, we're about to get a really good Betty moment, actually.
Okay, good.
So be primed and ready for this, because
Is this cab driver somebody? I feel like this cab driver is probably somebody.
feels like he should be, right?
I don't remember saying anything about the cab driver when I looked it up, but
Yeah, that feels like a cameo, but I don't know who that guy is.
yeah.
Yeah, see, that was awesome. Like, give me more. You know what? Actually, it occurs to me now. I'm changing my mind again as I'm watching this
I like
film.
when Banner tells her he has a few techniques to help her manage her anger.
Right, no, that's very good. But like, it's possible that one of the reasons why she's being very like breathy and like super duper extra chill is because she knows that otherwise Bruce might like go full Hulk at any moment, so she's trying to
Possibly.
maintain an
Yeah.
air of
Yeah.
calm. So if that's the case, then I'm into it. If it's not, then I'm not. And that's where I stand. This is where I hang my hat. I thought perhaps I was emailing some sort of bot,
Hulkbot.
a Hulk bot.
There was a chance you were a 40-year-old man. Obviously, you are a different kind of 40-year. Let's start over. Email is complicated. It's 2008. We haven't figured it out yet. I contacted you first through ICQ.
ICQ.
I'm in a room with babies. Oh, I just felt the burden of my mortality. Oh, God.
Hulk hates when his young co-hosts remind him of how young they are.
Hulk don't know ICQ.
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true.
Hulk need many drinks to dull this pain of mortality.
So, does this feel... I'm just segueing out of my mortality back to the movie. I think that's what we're going to do right now. This always feels to me like it's a weird choice to introduce, like, the hope of resolution here at the transition into the third act.
Like, why are we doing that?
Like,
That's really weird.
Why didn't we do this 45 minutes ago and actually be pursuing something?
Like, did the movie forget? Did the movie forget that they had like Mr. Blue, and they were like, "Oh, dip, we got to do
the whole
something."
second act is it's extended, of course, because everything in this movie is a little bit extended. But in the second act, it's all about recovering the data. He needs the data so that he can go to Mr. Blue.
Now,
but I feel like
what
if
is
we'd
the
had
data exactly?
it's the data from the experiment
The
that turned him
blood
into the Hulk in the
test?
first
Okay,
place.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's all of the information. It's not just
He
the blood
looks
test. It's everything.
He
Good
looks bad.
Lord.
He looks like Christian
He's
Bale
gonna
in The
look a lot worse.
Machinist.
Yep.
It's about to, yeah.
Oh, gross! What's up with his spine?
Well, it turns out that when you take a super soldier serum, when you take the Hulk juice, you drink that big frosty glass of Hulk juice, bad
Gross.
things happen to your body.
I'm glad that Steve didn't turn into a giant monster.
So is Peggy. There we go.
Like an abomination, perhaps.
Like an abomination.
Oh, an abomination, you say? The abominable Tim Roth, you say?
They actually didn't want to call him the abomination in this film, so they just mentioned that it would be like an abomination that does
Yes,
come up
yeah.
at some point, but that's the only time that that's mentioned.
Did they have a reason for not wanting him to call him the abomination?
It sounded silly.
That's
Yeah.
fair. It does.
Yeah.
They also
You're right.
changed the way he looked radically from the
Yeah,
comics
yeah.
because in the comics he's more reptilian looking and has pointy ears. And they said, well, there's no reptile blood, so there's no reason for him to look reptilian. And if he has big
Fair.
pointy ears, the Hulk would just bite them off like Mike Tyson. And we can't have that because that's too dark
Damn.
for audiences.
All
Just like making some character choices on behalf of the Hulk here. All right. I mean, he did kick a dude into a tree.
I mean, he sure did. Which is apparently not as
Sorry, I
dark as
snorted
biting
on
the
the microphone
ears.
again.
So, a novel sensation. The name of your sex tape. And that's the day I broke Sarah with a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference.
It's all okay. Sarah is, for those of you listening at home, still sick, unfortunately. The month of sick has now extended into the 2 months of sick, I guess. It's been like 6
She's
weeks
our
since you were well.
Griffin McElroy.
Well,
Sweetie.
Yeah, like I'm soulbound to Griffin McElroy, and Griffin McElroy keeps getting sick, and
He's
so I
perma
keep
sick.
getting sick. But like, no, I was sick for like all of November. December was okay, and now, I mean, I think it's just because it's been so cold and like hydration is an issue. I actually had been feeling a whole lot better because I've been drinking more and more water, which I do recommend. Everybody should be drinking more water. I did not drink enough yesterday, which is why I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning with a headache that made me wish that I was dead.
Oh.
It turns out that once you finally like hydrate your body enough to where it's supposed to be, and then you only give yourself about half of the water that you've been consuming, the dehydration is fucking killer.
Yeah, it makes you look like Ed Norton in this sequence.
It does.
Yeah.
I did look like Ed Norton in this scene when I woke up at 4 a.m.
Not all the CGI holds up, clearly.
Oh, that's CGI. That's not CGI, is it?
Wait, there's more.
Clearly,
I can
practical
do
effects
this!
being used here.
This isn't great.
I don't like middle range Hulk, where he's half banner, half
like
Hulk.
that bad part of the Animorphs
Animorphs
covers.
thing,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
It's like when you get a haircut and you want it to grow back out. There's that mid part that looks real bad.
Yep. So if everyone at home can just email, I don't know, vitamins, just raid your medicine cupboard and send us whatever you've got. You can mail us things to P.O. Box 36092, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73136.
Are you asking people to send us drugs through the mail?
No, vitamins.
No.
Send us vitamins through the mail.
Vitamins.
So that Sarah can be restored to health and abundant
Wait,
plenty.
did that doctor just drop kick his computer?
He did. I don't think that this Hulk looks very much like Ed Norton is the thing.
No, this
I do
Ruffalo
like
Hulk
the
was
hair-
the first Hulk where they actually tried to make it look like
Yeah.
the person playing Banner.
Oh,
The haircut stuck though, which is good.
it's a bad haircut.
Ooh, that so painful. Bad sounds. Bad audio mix. What are you doing?
What if I want to make like a short story of the Hulk if he had transformed into the Hulk and then when he went to transform back he was just broken bones in the puddle of a person.
Oh, no.
Because there's no way you just heal from everything that the Hulk just did to your body. It's not a
Gross.
transformation that happens back.
He looks awful.
This is the idea that everyone in the Marvel universe, whether the comic book universe or the MCU, is possessed of this secondary superhero power, the secondary mutation where they just heal super fast from
They
everything.
heal great.
Everybody
They
heals.
heal real
it's
good.
the protagonistic power.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Got a lot of veins there, Ed Norton. How
Yeah,
you
somebody
doing?
went to town on him with a
How are
magic
your
marker.
how are your
Yeah.
veins doing there? Pretty good.
So I guess that magic marker, like in some like regions, means like a permanent marker. Like magic marker is synonymous with Sharpie,
Yeah.
but like for some reason, whenever I say magic marker, it's synonymous with like Crayola markers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. No, magic marker for me means like a Sharpie,
Like
a
a
permanent
Sharpie,
marker.
right?
Sharpie for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Was there a
Interesting.
brand like called Magic Marker that was
I
like a
assume
Sharpie-esque
so.
brand? Sort of like how all bandages are Band-Aids?
The genericization
Yeah.
of the man. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I always think of the really big Sharpies with like
Oh,
the
like the
wedge.
huge giant ones? Yeah. Maybe.
That's interesting. If you search for a magic marker, the first response that comes up is an Amazon listing for Sharpies. So that's pretty great. Magic Marker is a Bic brand of permanent markers. Yeah. Yeah. But it
Okay,
has
so
been.
I guess it's not a regional thing. I
no,
might
it
just be
has been
dumb.
genericized to mean a marker pen, fine liner, marking pen, felt tip marker, felt tip pen, flow marker, or texta or sketch pen.
What's a texta?
Woof, all of these things are the same things. They're just, I guess, all of these are regional variations or other brand names.
I'm going to start calling pen textas.
Textas.
Can you hand me that texta?
Because the purpose of language is to make communication as difficult and obscure as possible.
Yeah.
My thumbs are textas because I text with them.
Click, 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 click. I thought that said bitch, not batch.
So much blood. We got a lot of blood here.
Did Stan Lee drink the Hulk blood soda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened with
That was an hour
I
ago.
think it killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it did not turn him into a
So
hulking
that
abomination?
Stan Lee, not part of our
That
canonical.
Stan Lee is dead.
That Stan Lee is dead. Or at least that's the story. That's what the military wants you to believe. That's what
Yeah.
Thunderbolt Ross wants you to
Yeah.
believe is that Stan Lee died. Actually, what it did was transform him into a Celestial or a
That's
Watcher
it.
or something.
That's it. The Celestials came down and rescued him from his Hulk
you go.
death.
Ego the Living Planet came down and rescued Stanley.
Played some sweet 70s
This is
tunes
the
to
weirdest
him
Oh,
gospel
yeah.
music ever.
and said that he would make a great wife. Stan Lee, you're fine. What a wife you will be.
Oh my God, there's going to be so much
my
singing when we
voice
do
is
the
on.
Guardians commentary
Oh
tracks.
my gosh.
There's going to be so much singing. Wow.
Oh, commentary the musical.
Commentary.
They want to make it a weapon. They don't want to cure me. They
So
want
I
to
guess that
weaponize
we're supposed to
me.
be feeling tense again at this point, but like I feel like I don't really feel anything right
Yeah,
now.
again, this is
I don't feel anything.
I feel nothing.
this is where the pacing of the movie really falls apart. Getting into the Samuel Stern stuff at this point, I think, is
You've been shot.
They shot him.
kind of a pacing mis.
That actor is really good at that. I feel like he does that in every movie he's in. Oh.
Oh, what? Jesus!
Yeah. Wow. Hey.
Wait, why is he slapping him around?
Tim.
Is he looking for the data?
No, he wants the Hulk.
He wants a rematch. It's about pride for him at this point.
Tim Roth could play an excellent Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, is kind of playing Kraven the Hunter in this.
Is Betty
Why
gonna
is
tell her
Jesus
dad
has
about
an
how
ice
she
pack on
was
his
assaulted?
head? Like, what is happening?
Oh, did you hit your noggin when you fell down?
No, your fucking guy pistol whipped me.
So clearly, this is challenging for us coming into this in the context of the MCU, but we are supposed to believe
That
in
Hulk is
the
gone?
chronology that it's done, that he's not
geez.
the Hulk anymore.
Whatever.
That's why it isn't a terrible, terrible choice to load him onto a helicopter, which is what we're about to do. Because there's no more Hulk.
Oh, Betty Ross just disowned her dad. She changed her name. She moved far, far away.
She moved in with Bobby.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like that line was ad-libbed. I can't put together the same Humpty Dumpty.
What is Tim Roth doing? Just showing up and pistol whipping everyone to death. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Why are you always hitting people?
He wants more.
He wants more of that sweet, sweet Hulk juice.
Ah, he's so good. I wish we'd had Samuel Stearns at the end of the first act. He should have been introduced
Yeah, he
way
should have
earlier.
been here through the whole movie.
Yeah.
He should have been Bruce Banner.
Well, no.
I would have been into it. Bruce Banner's supposed to be a real nerdy science guy, not Ed Norton.
Or Mark Ruffalo.
Or Mark Ruffalo. But Mark
I
Ruffalo is
love
perfect in
Mark
every way.
Ruffalo.
So
No, I
can't
love him
complain
too.
about
It's just
Ruffalo.
that's not the original conception of Banner. Banner was supposed, like the original version of Peter Parker, was that he was, incredibly nerdy and wow.
I just need informed consent. See?
Yeah, it's not
Informed
that
It
consent
hard,
is
says
guys.
that
sexy.
consent is
Consent.
important and sexy, even for science.
I do like the
Science is
idea of
sexy.
informed being added on to the beginning of consent. Informed consent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go the extra mile to make sure it's okay.
You know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. We're both okay with
We're
what
both
you're
turning me
doing.
into a monster. This is going to be fine.
Yay, now they can bone down.
They're just about
Right
to go
here in
out.
this helicopter.
Operation
Helicopter.
Bone Down has been a complete success.
Everyone look away. We've been waiting for this moment.
avert your eyes, or don't. It's
Or
fine.
don't.
It's
Like,
fine.
whatevs.
We're beautiful people making beautiful love right here in this helicopter.
In this beautiful
So wait, do you
helicopter.
think that Bruce hasn't been able to like?
No. Punching the
These
eject
are
button on
the
that
sounds we're
conversation right
hearing
now.
He hasn't been
Oh,
able to, right?
bone spurs. Bone spurs are never good. So this is
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
this. He looks like Doomsday.
Yeah.
yeah, he does.
More like Doomsday than Abomination.
This is taking us into
He
the
sounds like Bowser when he laughs.
He does
second
look like
big
Doomsday.
public event that's going to be definitive of the history of the MCU. We're about to get the battle of
There's a little Easter egg towards the
He's
leader.
supposed to become like the mastermind or something.
I think the
the
leader.
leader.
right?
Yeah.
That was something that they thought about having happen in a later film. Dropped a little hint there and never went back to it.
Because for all that this movie was a fairly decent critical and commercial success, it it did make it clear again, just in case we needed additional clarity in this regard, that a Hulk solo movie is really tough to make work. Because this is the story that you can do with the Hulk. Is he going to stop being the Hulk? Spoilers, no, he's not going to stop being the Hulk. Is he going to fight a big guy who's kind of like the Hulk? Yeah, he's probably going to do that. That's what's going to happen in your Hulk movie. So we make the right choice, I think, to combine him with other heroes, whether it's in the context of the Avengers or the context of Thor Ragnarok. I think that's really, really smart.
I have to get some more water again.
So
Excuse me.
After the Battle of Culver University, this brings us into the Battle of Harlem, which was, again, definitive of the history of the MCU.
This is the Battle of Harlem?
This is the Battle of Harlem.
Put my
Yes,
headphones back on.
this is the Battle of Harlem. This is the biggest event in the MCU until the Battle of New York, which takes place in the Avengers. But we refer to the Battle of Harlem, again, in S.H.I.E.L.D. and I think in Iron Man 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Harlem, I don't remember when this comes up, but I remember reading it.
Luke Cage is in a bar. Well, I guess he's in prison right now.
But there is the actor Michael K. Williams appears as a bystander because of Norton being a huge fan of The Wire, wanted him to be in the film in some manner.
So apparently, if you want to be in an MCU movie, just make friends with Edward Norton.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore. you missed your window of opportunity for the Incredible Hulk. Just driving military Hummers through the street while
I mean,
Hulk
I
and Beast
love
destroy everything.
The concept of
I think
taking
that's him right there.
Yeah, I think that is him. Yeah. Good reaction. I like that. Was awesome.
Jump scare right there.
Yeah.
Flying behind you into a wall. Abomination looks disgusting.
Yeah, that's a bad luck.
Long, awkward pause.
That's very good. Just hold that beat as long as you can. That's awesome.
Let's shoot at it. Well, those are people. I kind of like that. I kind of like that they didn't just be like, "Oh yeah, all the people got away safely." That he's just batting people
bad guys
around.
can hurt people left and right. That's not a problem. Yeah.
Booyah! But nope.
You got that spider sense? What's going on? Oh, this is very bad. It's a very bad choice that you made. Wow. No, I love the idea that we can take the tech has got to the point in 2008 where we can take this kind of battle and put it in this urban context. I think that raises the stakes and heightens the tension. I'm kind of disinterested by the point this turns into an Abomination movie.
Yeah. Yeah, the end of this movie isn't the strongest.
Yeah. And we've still got, let me see here.
What, 20 minutes?
22 minutes.
Oh,
so probably,
no.
well, okay, 10 minutes of that's going to be credits. I don't think it's quite as long as we're expecting here. And again, we have to stick through the credits. Sarah doesn't know this yet, but there is that post-credit sequence.
There's not actually. It's not a post-credit sequence.
Is it not post-credit?
This is the only film that doesn't have a post-credit sequence. And I actually just put it on just before the credits.
Is it before the
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just so used to that Marvel convention now that it's supposed to. Oh, that's great. Then we can tap out in the middle of the credits. That'll be just fine.
We can just be real goofy throughout the credits. One or the other.
We can do what we did last week and just read out interesting names as they pop up. Many of those names may be the same names as the names we discussed last week.
It's gonna be me.
So the Abomination is rampaging through Harlem. Things are going very badly. Cars are being destroyed. People are being hurled across the street.
Oh, no.
It's real bad. Hey, you know what, Thunderbolt Ross? You don't get to be snarky right now.
Seriously,
You
all
get
of
to
this is
step
kinda
off.
your
You
fault.
made this monster.
You know what I
You
wasn't
literally
doing?
did
Was
make this
destroying New
monster.
York, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep us high. This is going to be as cool as possible.
I
Let's do
wish
this thing.
that this scene would have gone down like the one in Thor Ragnarok with Norton just like slamming onto the ground, broken body.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? We know from the trailer for Infinity War that he's going to crash through the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York, right? That is actually picking up directly from the end of this scene. Everything else that has happened to the Hulk has been a dream.
What?
Then and now. He jumps out of the helicopter to fight the Abomination, crashes into the Sanctum Sanctorum, does not turn back into the Hulk, and just wakes up as Mark Ruffalo. That's where we are starting Infinity War.
So where's Betty?
What
Where's
is
the
up with our
Abomination?
MCU heroes jumping backwards out of plane? Was he wearing a parachute? No.
It's just cool.
No, he wasn't.
It's just cool.
Also, I don't know how Betty's not getting sucked out of that freaking plane right now. Uh-oh. That's a really good beat, actually.
He's very dead. Just
He's
100%
super
dead.
duper dead.
Yeah.
The deadest he's
100%.
ever been.
I'll just say that for no real reason, I watched Captain America: The First Avenger a couple days ago. I love that movie.
You don't
I'm
need
really
a
looking forward to
reason.
talking
Yeah,
about
you don't
that
need a
movie.
reason. It's a good
extremely
movie.
good. It's extremely good.
Hulk punches through straight. Hulk puts hand out in exasperation.
Hulk appeals
is
to
feeling
uncaring Sky.
really bad.
I would like to
Hulk
comment
need
over the whole movie
ibuprofen.
just like that. Hulk sees fire on cars and is worried slightly.
Is there a commentary track for this movie on the Blu-ray that's just a Hulk commentary track? Because that would be amazing.
I think we're doing it right
But
now.
I want it to be
maybe
like
like the
not
audio
aggressive
description.
Hulk. I want it to be like NPR Hulk.
Abomination looks like the Goombas from the Super Mario Brothers
Yeah,
movie.
he sure do.
He sure do.
Ooh.
It's the
He
same.
looks
Probably
like,
they took the same facial
I got
texture.
it. I know what it is. He looks like if the Goombas from the Super Mario Brothers movie and the weird, gross alien from Alien Resurrection had a
Yeah.
baby.
I don't want to think
Abomination's
about
bigger
that.
than the Hulk.
Those are not beautiful people making beautiful love.
No, those are horrifying monsters making horror.
Hulk never met anyone so strong. Hulk think Hulk in love.
The problem is if I start trying to do like a Hulk voice, it just, for me in my head, transmogrifies into the final Pam. And then I just want to quote McElroy jokes the whole time.
Hulk love metal husband.
This takes sting out of being recent widow.
Hulk
Yeah, man,
punch
they
you
surely
with
Again.
love
police
making
cars.
him have like
Yeah, just
improvised weapons. I don't know why
continuing
they
this,
would
I'm
do that
kind of
because I
into
bet
it.
his punches are higher than an improvised weapon, which is
Yep.
only a D4.
Yeah, but that strength bonus is off the chart.
For real, like, this is the one thing. God, ew. I hate this. I hate this. Oh, well.
Do you hate this because of the visual effects of this? Because
Yeah,
of the...
like, I think it's all just very gross. I am no longer engaged by this.
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, they're both kind of green.
Why would you think that would work? Also, you're definitely just firing into a building full of civilians. Like, we have not evacuated Harlem, you guys.
seriously.
Yeah, you definitely started. He keeps. Is this something you have to do with a gun like this, where you have to start like 10 feet to
Oh, yeah,
one
You
side,
gotta get
then
the
move it
wind
in?
up on the minigun.
Yeah.
You can't ever just aim it and shoot.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that looked very much like a video game cutscene.
Yep. Yep.
Spider-Man. Hulk can do anything that dumb spider can. Spider-Man not better than Hulk.
Gosh, I bet that Peter and Bruce would have a great time hanging out and being science bros together.
I want that more
There's
than
a lot of cool
literally
stuff like
anything.
that
I
in
want more science bros.
the comics and the cartoons where Hulk
Yeah.
and Spider-Man get to do some teaming up. Spider-Man is Hulk friend, in fact.
Spider-Man is a friend to everyone.
Yeah. One of my favorite panels is where
friendly neighborhood
Hulk is
Spider-Man.
holding out his arm and Spider-Man's hanging upside down from it like he would from a ceiling. there's a panel of that, and it's pretty fantastic. I have it saved on my phone.
Like, the helicopter shouldn't have been able to, like, maintain its... Where the fuck are they? The ruins?
Yeah, no, they've just crashed into a soundstage, which is, yeah. Another thing that I don't love about the end of this movie is a lot of it looks decent. This is clearly just a set that they've built for the final fight, which, again,
Why does it look like that? What is it supposed to be?
it's supposed to be, I guess, a construction site on top of a building, which is a thing that you do in New York.
No, this fucking bullshit looks like a stage play rendition of, like, Interview with a Vampire. What is going
It definitely
on?
looks like the final boss fight in like a 90s video
Yeah.
game where they're like, okay, now we're over here. In this
Yeah,
little
here we are.
arena.
We're ready now for the Abomination's final form.
Betty almost died, but fortunately was saved by the corpses of all of these military people. It was at this point that Thunderbolt Ross thought, I need an office job.
I've made some mistakes. They're never going to let me command soldiers again. I did a bad.
Like, okay, and also, like, let us fast forward into the future really quick. when much more heroes begin showing up and everything happens in Johannesburg and all of this stuff, and then Thunderbolt Ross, steps up to the military folks and is like, "Don't worry, gang, I have a plan." And that plan is the Sokovia Accords. And was there not like an entire room full of people going, "Excuse us, like 10 years ago you were supposed to deal with the Hulk and that went really bad. No, you're not in charge of this."
Yes.
Maybe it was punishment. Maybe he didn't actually come up with the Sokovia Accord. Somebody else did. And they were like, "Hey, you need to go and talk to everybody about this."
No, they just had, they really wanted the Sokovia Accords, but no one had time to write them up. So they just had a really thin document and they needed like a really heavy document. So they just injected it with his super soldier serum. The Sokovia Accords are the abomination.
There's some false.
Yes, and thank you, Sarah.
I'm sorry. Yes, and it's scaly and weird.
Yeah.
There's some
happening?
false drama here because aircraft fuel does not ignite upon contact with flame. It doesn't do that thing.
Really?
That fuel would put out that fire like water.
Now my mind is blown. That's amazing.
I'm sorry I didn't yes and your joke, Alistair. I feel bad.
It was a very dumb joke.
Yeah, it would supposedly need to be
Wow.
aerated into a fine mist and
Wait,
be
what
exposed
the
to
shit?
a lot
Did Benny
hotter.
just die?
flame.
No.
He's got to put out the fire with the Hulk clap.
Yeah.
That's what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
we saw earlier that very loud sounds can compress the air and cause your skin to ripple unpleasantly. Again, that's just a chunk of concrete on a chain. That can't be worse than being punched by the abomination, right? Like,
What are those
No.
pylons? Why
They
are all
look
these
like-
barrels on fire?
There was a bunch of homeless people living up here, and they had these barrels to keep warm.
Like, okay, I am not afraid for the Hulk at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worried about it.
it's all part of the problem with this, the final resolution of this movie. I don't care about the abomination. I don't really care about the Hulk in the sense that I'm not
Why can the
worried about
abomination
him.
talk, but Hulk can't?
different
Yeah, he's
guys.
made differently.
Just different.
I wish he wouldn't talk. That at least was...
I wish he just wouldn't. I wish he wouldn't.
No, he said the thing, yeah.
He also got up really fast because the abomination went into slow motion and as he's coiling the chains around himself there.
When you misstep, you often
That was a
completely
weird
lose your
scene,
grip.
and I don't really know
Yeah.
what just happened there. Like,
Also, if you can just smash cars with your bare hands, this chain isn't going to be able to choke you.
Yep.
seriously?
The weapons and like using things in the environment.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd forgotten about that. That is unpleasant. As I said earlier, bone spurs always bad, you guys.
Yeah, I just don't like the Hulk using other things.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. Unless it's cool, like an axe.
Or like a
It's
giant
cool.
hammer. Yeah.
Or a giant hammer. I don't like how gremlin-y he looks. He looks like a little gremlin sometimes in his face.
I don't know why he stopped. That man needs to die. The abomination needs to die. I don't care
Hulk
how.
will not be abomination. Hulk will not kill this time.
Not today.
Hulk can't do abomination to authorities.
abyss lest Hulk become the monster.
Hulk
How
just
come
conquered.
abomination doesn't need to wear pants?
He doesn't.
Why did abomination?
I was going to say a thing to you that I would say to you in normal conversation. Then I remembered we were on a podcast.
Where did abomination's genitalia go?
They're in a jar back in the lab of
As-
both Samuel
Ew!
Sterns. Look, they
As
just
Ross
shriveled
pushes
and
down
fell
the
off.
soldier's gun, like, don't shoot. Even though those bullets wouldn't do anything.
He doesn't even have like a butt.
Here, have your
like,
science
he's
project
like,
back.
He's like a
This
Ken
is
doll
yours.
down there.
You did this, Thunderbolt Ross.
Hulk ashamed of you. Hulk not proud. Hulk thinks you should think about what you've done.
Is this gonna be?
I don't know why the CG for the Hulk gets worse as this movie goes on. I don't
They
know why
ran
it
out of
starts
money.
out
Ran out of money.
like I don't think they
Look
shot
at that
this
hand.
movie
It's
in
like
strict
the hand
chronological
is
sequence.
jittery. Why is it not like still? It's like shaking weirdly. Like digital shake.
Hulk not understand human emotions or
Hulk
tears.
don't like bright light. Hulk look gray now. Reference to Gray Hulk again in comic. Hulk runs from bright light.
Love you,
I don't
Betty.
know. No one's chasing
Goodbye.
Hulk.
That moment of humanity there where the light kicks on and he just kind of sags a little bit. I actually like those moments when the Hulk is like, oh,
Get out of
this
here,
again.
Hulk. We don't want you anymore.
It's my favorite trope.
Hulk, now that you've stopped the abomination from destroying Harlem, go run across Harlem and destroy Harlem. Oh, wait, damn.
Yep.
We did it again.
Millions of dollars of destruction
What?
in Harlem that night.
Now we remember that this is supposed to be real New York.
We're not in Canada anymore.
That's a really pretty. Is that? I'm about to sound really stupid. Ellis Island is where the Statue of Liberty is.
No, those are different islands.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it's just
Where is the
Liberty
Statue of
Island, isn't
Liberty
it?
located?
Liberty Island, I think.
It's called
Liberty
Liberty
Island.
Island.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
It looks
about
really
that? I
nice.
don't know. I've never been to New York, so
Me neither.
I've been to the airport.
To the New York airport?
Yep. I was stuck there for a few hours.
Oh, no.
For going to
Yeah,
Europe.
me too. That experience.
Wow, British Columbia
Running
is
through a
lovely this time of
field.
year.
This is one of my favorite retcons that we get in the whole of the MCU. If you guys haven't yet seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., this little cabin comes back and it's fantastic.
I
It's
don't know if
just
I remember this
fantastic.
connection.
Oh, yeah.
The idea as it's presented to us here is that it's just this idyllic rural cabin where he's going to go off and be peaceful. It is not. It is like Stark tech. It is like S.H.I.E.L.D.
David
tech.
B.
It is intended to be
That's a reference to David Banner.
David Banner, yes,
Which
not Bruce Banner.
in
yeah.
the comics, the name did change from David to Bob to Bruce.
Bob Banner?
Yep. And
Wow.
then when someone wrote in about it, they said, well, you know, his real name is David Bob Bruce Banner.
Here's a no prize for you.
Stanley just can't get names right. I mean, Peter Parker had a different name in one of the issues randomly, one of the early issues. I can't remember what
Really?
it was now. Yeah, that he
Yeah.
just randomly accidentally gave him a different name.
And here's where we get the lead into the Avengers and his secret.
Days without incident. 31. 0. Smile. It was meant
Cut
to be
to
left
credits. There it
ambiguous
is.
because they
That's
didn't
kind
know
of
if
a
they were
weird
gonna
place to
continue
end
it
the
or not.
movie.
It's not actually because
Is he drinking the slurm?
Yeah, he's drinking a
That was
Hulk
weirdly
cocktail.
lit. That was not well lit, like at all.
So yeah, we get our
Did you
end
just say
credit scene
reload
before
to that
the
bartender?
credits.
He's a
Wanting-
cool military man, yeah.
That no, okay. Nobody says reload
No,
when
no.
talking
Excuse
about. I
me.
would like another drink,
I'm
please.
just gonna. Here we go. Hey, remember that other movie we watched?
No, put on ice. Super Soldier Program, put on ice.
Uh-huh. Nice suits.
Ironed even.
I want more William Hurt drunk acting, please.
I don't really understand why Stark would approach him and say we're putting a team together.
We're putting a team together, and in like 7
you
years,
track down the
9
Hulk?
years, something like that, what we really need you to do is come up with a large document. Start typing now.
Yes.
Thunderbolt Ross.
like, is he expecting him to track? Like, you're in good with Banner, right? You got him like
Yo,
on the
can you
celly.
give me Banner's number?
Putting a team together. We really need Betty. Let's take Betty. That'll
we'll
be
take
fine.
Betty.
Yeah.
What if?
Betty Ross, Jane Foster. What is Rachel McAdams' character from Doctor Strange?
Christine?
Christine sounds right. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Christine, last name withheld. Right?
Yeah, Christine, last name redacted. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. I'm the only one who didn't get to do an IMDb thing today.
Yes,
Well-
definitely
Do that really
look
fast.
up. I feel like I should know that. So that is The Incredible Hulk from 2008. As I say, not a huge smash hit critical success, not a huge smash hit commercial success. Made about $300 million off a budget of about $150 million, which, I mean, $150 million in 2008 gets you a lot of CGI, but doesn't get you necessarily all the CGI that you might need.
It made enough that they did consider a sequel very hard for a long time.
Yeah. But I think, as I said, that pulling the Hulk into the context of the Avengers, then you, I think, have read more of Hulk comics than I have. Is he?
I have read Probably a little bit more, but maybe not very much.
Do you like the solo version of the Hulk as a character, or do you prefer him in the context of the Avengers and
I
other
have
teams?
always preferred Hulk with other heroes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've read a ton of Hulk comics specifically, but I've read a ton of comics with him in it.
Sure.
And I really enjoy those.
Christine Palmer.
Christine Palmer. Thank you,
We were
Sarah.
never going to get there.
Not in a million years. I would have said every other surname that
Yep.
there is before I got to Palmer. Yeah.
Palmer.
Huh. Which I'm pretty sure she's from the comics. I just don't have any recollection at all. But yeah.
Have I told the story about how my brother had to inform me that, yes, I had in fact seen Rachel McAdams
You
in
have told me
movies
this
before?
story. I don't know if the story's
I
been
did
told
it on
on
a
air.
podcast. Okay, so when Doctor Strange was coming out and me and my brother and my dad were going to go see it, I was really excited. And I was talking about, all of it. I was like, well, I mean, I'm not like crazy about Benedict Cumberbatch's like American accent or whatever, but that should be fine. And, I really like Tilda Swinton and I like all these other characters, blah, blah, blah. And then I go, Rachel McAdams, I don't know anything about, I've never seen a movie with Rachel McAdams. And my brother goes, are you joking? I was like, well, yeah, like I've never seen The Notebook. I mean, I guess she was in like Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. So like, I guess that's fine. But like, otherwise I've never seen a movie with her in it. And my brother just goes, you dullard. He was like, she's in Mean Girls, and we fought for 15 minutes about whether or not Rachel McAdams was in Mean Girls. I was like, I owe him money because I literally bet money that Rachel McAdams was not in Mean Girls because Regina George was blonde.
She's not even in Mean Girls a little bit. She's in it quite a lot, in fact.
It's her movie. It's her and Lindsay
Pretty much.
Lohan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So he had to pull up the IMDb page for that.
Have you
and
not seen the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes with Rachel McAdams as Irene Adler? Have you not seen
I
that?
have.
Oh, okay. But she just didn't leave much of an impact on you.
Nah.
Okay, all right.
Plus, I mean, like those movies were all right, but like not my favorites.
I would have expected that one at least to be pretty popular with you, but
Like
okay.
Rachel McAdams is really pretty, but like she doesn't quite check my boxes.
Sure.
Is there another scene that we're waiting on?
No. We're not waiting. We're just
we're just doing
we're just
the thing.
drawing a breath right now at the end of the podcast, just so we can settle in and kind of
Excellent. Well,
enjoy
this
the
was
fine
fun.
work
This
of
movie
Rodrigo Lamounier, their
is-
location manager.
This movie is all right.
Oh, do we need to do our rating now, right?
I guess we do.
Oh,
we
yes.
have to decide.
So we are up to two
Oh,
films.
yeah,
We
I
have
feel this
Iron
is
Man and
probably
The
not gonna be a
Incredible Hulk.
controversial conversation.
I think that this is number 2 on our list.
How do you feel about it, though? This is your first time through. Does it work for you? Did it do what you expected it to do? Is this like an MCU compliant version of the Hulk?
I
for you?
don't think it's an MCU compliant version of the Hulk. No, absolutely not. I think it's just fine. I think it's fine. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's not my favorite.
Is it your least favorite MCU movie? Do you like
Yes.
this? So you rate this lower than, say, Thor, for example?
I think so,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think it's a little higher than that for me. It doesn't excel, but I love the humanity at the heart of it. Well, the humanity through the first 2 acts of this story before I
Sure, yeah,
completely
yeah.
lose interest. I actually really
and I
like
guess that's-
Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. I
Yeah.
like his internal conflict. I like the struggle with the Hulk.
I felt a lot more engaged in the first 2 acts of this movie, and then I just sort of lost interest.
Yep.
Frankly, I was like, okay, well, we've done everything that we can do, and now it's
Huge
just
structural problems,
punchy,
pacing
punchy,
problems,
fight,
CGI
but, like,
problems,
yeah, it's
all
not- it's
combined
not
to
great,
yeah. Vinton, what did you make of this movie?
Well, I like to forget it. I like to pretend it's not part of the MCU. I don't actually hate it. It has some moments. It was better than the first Hulk movie,
Definitely, yes.
oh no, like
but
a
it is
billion percent,
nowhere
yeah.
near my Hulk movie, my MCU anything.
Yeah.
So
What is our favorite Hulk then? What are we looking
Thor
forward to?
Ragnarok.
It is Thor
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah. Maybe.
Avengers is
maybe.
really good. But
I like
Ragnarok
Avengers.
tops it for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I think probably Thor Ragnarok for me too. But I mean, just a reboot of the character in a way
Yeah.
that I really enjoy. Yeah. All right, that is going to do it. Sarah, do you want to take us out of this show?
That sounds great.
Next week,
Yeah.
Iron Man 2, we should say. That's going to be our next MCU movie.
Yes,
back to
I'm
the
super
suit,
duper
back
excited
to
about that.
back to Robert Downey Jr.'s
Oh
awfully
my
sharp
God,
goatee.
Natasha Romanoff shows up for the first
Yes,
time.
she does.
I'm so
Best
excited.
part of that
Great
movie.
from the jump. She's so good. Lots to
I'm
discuss next week.
gesticulating wildly. I'm
And
very thrilled.
The next week of Excelsior, in fact, is pretty good for you because Natasha Romanoff shows up next week
Yes.
in the Road to Infinity War. And this coming Monday, we're going to release our episode talking about the first volume of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Witch's Road.
Right.
That's right. I'm pretty excited to talk about it. It's an okay comic, you guys. Like it's fine. I think there's gonna be a lot to talk about.
I think so too.
yes.
I think we've all kind of I've skimmed it at least. I know that you guys have both read it fairly recently, and it's yeah, there are some things we could talk about.
There are some
certainly.
things we can talk about, certainly,
Yes.
absolutely. If you guys like what we do over here on the show, then you can get in touch with us and let us know. You can do that over on Twitter by getting in touch with us collectively at Excelsior Cast. You can find me at Elsa Grab the Salt.
You can find me at Paper Bullets.
And I'm at Flesh Eater.
You also can support us. You can help us to, continue to do this kind of thing that we're doing here. And you do that by going over to patreon.com/Common Room Radio, where you can kick us $1 a month or whatever you can afford. You can find all kinds of great stuff over there, including gag reels from previous Excelsior shows, which are always really fun and full of just a weird amount of singing. So much
Lots
singing.
of singing.
We just
Absolutely.
sing always and forever.
Singing and swears. That's what you
Yes.
get from the Excelsior
Yeah.
gag reels over at patreon.com/Common Room Radio.
And aside from monies, you can support us by leaving a rating and a review on iTunes so more people
Exactly.
can find the show.
Yes,
and we
that's
can
very,
read your
very helpful.
happy comments about how much you love us.
Aw, that's
Spread
our
the
favorite
word through
thing.
your social medias of choice. Spread the
Yeah.
word to your real life friends. Go to your local comic book store and say, hey, have you heard this amazing podcast? You should listen to this amazing podcast. They'll love it.
They super will. Yep.
And you can also send Sarah vitamins and support. You can send
Yes.
her little get well soon cards. P.O. Box 36092, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73136. That's our P.O. Box. You can
That
send
is,
us things
yep.
there. If you want us to talk about a comic, you can send us a comic. We'll probably talk
true.
about that comic on a future episode of Excelsior.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I think that's going to do it for us for this episode this week, now that we're doing 2 episodes a
Yes.
week. Can't just say this week. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week with another commentary. And before that, we'll be back with another regular episode. Until then, from Common Room Radio, I'm Sarah Kate Pazant.
I'm Alistair Stevens.
I'm Vinton Bain, and you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry.